with Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, preparing in his head all the things he's wanted to be said. 90 minutes for Phil to fill with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to wane, but all is fine as long as chat's with 9 and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to enjoy, like fresh when you're, but I feel sure he ran through to feel so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. His supports us also slow and stays so low and fails to grow. You never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Most victims across the board we charge toward because the score can't be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us all feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch it creep, we play bingo while Phil will bitch on why is she but also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across our screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals our soul machineers. Norton burping leaning ban, it matters not if Andrew fanners chatters can't see if others make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and slaps his leg before launching into a bag, pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of Clawless Cat and fatty wife and all his strife while forgetting that tits done well and they were right. With drama he will react, but as an actor it's a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. 3 streams nearly over and a win is in sight, with little white despite Phil's delight that tits were not light. We'll say alright, it is okay, and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tits will help from being off the other day, and with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won, and thanks to that we made it to the very end.
Boom. Member bomb.
My biggest fans are idiots.
Well, hey guys, King Jad here, welcome to DSP Bingo for what is today, Sunday, the 20th of April 2025, otherwise known as...
fuck the fuck off.
Otherwise known as Easter Sunday, so there we go. Couple of things to shout out. As you can see, I can't forget every time it goes to the screen, it then updates the body transition, so there's notifications that go off. So yeah, I can figure that happens as soon as you hit as soon as it goes to this particular screen here. But so first of all, of course, before we even begin doing anything else, we have 5 free spaces for the bingo, courtesy of Sonny, gifting 25 members, which is very kind of indeed. Before the stream was even live online, he had gifted a huge amount of members. Oh, bloody hell, there's quite a lot to go through here. So let me try and get through this as fast as I can. And let me see. Can I even find it? I need to go back in the live chat to things. Bugger, I can't actually go far that back. You know, it won't let me. I was like, okay, I found it here. So, Sonny started the stream by gifting 10 members to Guybrush Threepwood, Raggle the 7th, Arcestus, Nevis the Red, Dankest Memes, Coding Crusader, Twilight Media Corp, Aussie's Game Room, Winter Strife, and Dooley 710. So those 10 got memberships right from the get-go before the stream was even live. And then after that, Sonny gifted 15 more members, and that went to the Camping Dutchman, Emma Peel, Brad Shepherd, how do you know say his name? Dime Wild CFH, that's us. Eric Malum, George Second Reality, Open Dalton, Kinda Sav, DMG75, Rocky, Catfish, Michael Solo, Ed Tunn, Ambran, and Louis Holmes. So those 15 got membership as well, courtesy of Sonny. Then you had Moki popping their membership message for 10 months saying how many ducks could a duck duct tape if a duck could duct tape ducks. Alrighty, hope you and everyone else are doing grand today. You try to get me with a tongue twister, but it didn't really quite work because I'm actually no bad at the whole tongue twisters usually, you know what I mean? I'm not right with them, so good, nice try. And Coding Crusader as well, popping their 4 months bingo Barry membership message saying I can't wait for Phil to say the magic number today. Aye, 420. I'm actually anticipating him to basically make a stupid 420 reference because he can't help himself. That's just typical DSP for you. But aye, we're starting off with a good strong note. Obviously, Sonny has made it so we have 5 free spaces for the bingo. Hope you're doing well.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
Warren's popping their 17-month bingo membership as well, just saying me too, so there we go. We're doing more of those and we get a free space and all. Wee bit late to start today, I apologise for that, you know what I mean? But as you can see, Phil's going live right now. We'll just put it on pause, build up a little bit of sweet up juice or whatever, and then we'll crack on with bingo or whatever. But yeah, we'll just we'll put it on pause for now. Using no Phil again today because his restreams are usually quite reliable for us all, so there we go. Not a lot to go through. I mean, I had like 3 days off from doing anything to do with DSP. Obviously, Phil wasn't here on Friday and Saturday, just the way it was, obviously. And I was not here on Thursday myself because I was busy on Thursday getting well, drunk. Another way to put that. Oh. Oh God, what's Jade got to say now?
Squeaky wheels. Jade tipped £1. Squeak, 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 squeak. You're late like my learning development.
I mean, it's better late than never, in my opinion. Better late than never. But be nice to Jade, though. Jade can't help it, you know what I mean? He does the best he can. But yeah, thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. There we go. Anyway, a couple of things to go through. First of all, this. I've seen this on Twitter earlier on. The Spanish version, the Spanish KFC account, included DSP in a random Spanish tweet. This is like the official Spanish KFC account, including Phil Burnell here. I mean, I don't really speak Spanish here, but I think I understand what somebody's referencing. You know what I mean? This is apparently real and legitimate. Like if you go to this KFC like _ES account, you'll see it. But yeah, it's just bloody bizarre. And Gamebox as well had a wee update from the 19th, I believe it was. So yeah, like yesterday. Just an update in Champions, and Phil will win a game. $862 apparently so far in this event, which is small for Phil. He can do better than that. Those are some rookie numbers right there. But yeah, so we can watch a wee. I was gonna watch a wee video. Like this is, some people might not have seen this. Phil was hyping us up like crazy. Like the smart guys that got cancelled before, the smart guys that got postponed before from, you know, as a little co-host wrestling crap, whatever. Like he couldn't do it before. And like, oh, this is going to be the big massive one or whatever, and it turned into like the most nothing burger of all.
She's a big fucking bitch.
Oh, thank you, Lauren, for a super chat. It says Squeaky Wheels fan club. People do love the Squeaky Wheels, of course. I mean, honestly, you'd think you'd eventually get WD-40 to fix a squeak, but I guess no. You know, maybe it's intentional design. You know, and just so you can hear them coming. I don't know. But yeah, Phil's fucking show on Thursday night was awful. It was awful, no two ways about it. And this is a highlight. This is a compilation of highlights from Emoji from Thursday night.
I want you to understand something. This literally is a situation where I'm in dire financial straits, and if this stands where I'm going to be making half as less money on YouTube as I ever did before, starting now, I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to have all my shit reclaimed. You know, credit card bills are going to go default. I'm probably going to have to declare bankruptcy. I'm going to lose everything. And with me tonight is my third and final where is my third and final co-host? Hello? What the hell? Jesus! Hi. Oh.
Hello, Phil.
Hello. It's someone on the internet who you might know, or you might not, whose name is Gahul. Who is that? Who the fuck is that? What the? And ladies and gentlemen, my third co-host here on Smart Guys, now for the WrestleMania build-up show, is actually the Shockmaster in the flesh. But no, that was the Shockmaster gag. Very well done, by the way. Nice, you pulled that one off. Looked really good. So I think we should do a little bit of an introduction. Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Long ago, in the distant year of 2021, I co-hosted a wrestling podcast with one Ashton Parks, PPP. People.
Whoa. Hold on. No. Well, I don't believe you, because PPP is not a fan of pro wrestling. All right, we all know that PPP hates it. Only he's outright said on his show, only hearted people like pro wrestling. So there's absolutely no way that this guy would have possibly covered pro wrestling in the past or talked with anyone else about pro wrestling. He only did this show with me to make fun of me, and we all know this. He said this publicly. Yeah. So I don't believe you, man. I hope you've got a lot of receipts and dirt about this guy, because I don't think that right now it's a very convincible argument. People coming in here and trying to start drama will be banned instantly. It's that simple. I'm not one for drama. You know that. Everyone knows that. I'm not a drama dude. There's no feuds starting because some idiot comes on my stream and says, this guy said something about you, and this one said this, and that. I'm not 5 years old. This is not schoolyard, nonsense.
Well, listen, man. If he wants to say only like wrestling, well, you know what? Then he's a I'm a we're all a big group. here, man. What can you say? I like wrestling. What do you mean he doesn't? We talked about wrestling it was literally over here. Our first interaction online really was a pretty heated debate about pro wrestling, and he had actual strong opinions about pro wrestling. And I'm assuming he still does to this day. He's just talking out his ass to get a rise out of people, but what can you do? But yeah, man, way back in the day, 2021, we hosted a show called 5 Pounds of Gunt. It was me and PPP. It was on my channel, only 5 pounds. It was supposed to be 10 pounds of Gunt, like the 10 pounds of gold NWA title, right? But a little bit stupid, frankly. What can you do? And I got the math wrong. I said 5, but it was 5 pounds of Gunt. Ran for a good couple episodes, ran for about a year. You know, we had a good time. It was fun. It was actually
not bad.
2020. Eventually, though, like all great things, all great internet shows, ended up in a blow up of drama where we just, it was live on air. The final episode of 5 Pounds of Gun, which is on my channel right now. Yeah, we had about like 15 people, 20 people watch it. No one was really watching. It was mostly because it was on my channel. I don't have a very popular channel. But you're looking for 5 Pounds of Gun season 2, episode 3. It's the final episode. Okay. About an hour in, we just fucking devolve and descend on each other. And he just starts ripping me a new one. I start ripping him a new one. All of this centered around a contention point, which was PPP's e-girlfriend, or rather.
Hold on. I'm not in on all this.
I mean, I kind of swore, you know, like Phil, we all said, like, wasn't the whole point of Phil doing the show like meant to be like to talk about like, you know, like wrestling, whatever, and yet here he is like ignoring the whole topic just so he can discuss the bizarre drama stuff. 2 of the 3 guests that he had was basically nothing to do with wrestling and more to do with like him just trying to like dunk on like his former friends or whatever. What is this? Absolutely ridiculous. And I was sent. This is a good comparison here. Is it pretty good? Yeah, I was setting that from the artist formerly known as Meester. So yeah, RTX off, RTX on. That's quite appropriate, I think. Pretty good stuff. But it's just I don't know, like Phil was hyping us up so much, and then the guy shows up and was like, who the hell is this guy? And even Phil probably doesn't know who, like, you know, nobody knows, nobody cares, and this just fell flat on his face. This is Phil attempting to do his absolute best to get his own back and get his revenge on the Kino guys, and this hurt Phil more than anything, as you'll see down the line. The more this goes on, the worse this gets for Phil.
Lingo. E-girlfriend. Are you saying that it was a girlfriend that he had that was solely online and he didn't spend time with? Are you saying that it actually wasn't even a real girl? It was like an avatar? Like, what does e-girlfriend actually mean?
Yeah, so it's his online girlfriend. He actually had multiple online girlfriends, multiple at the same time. He was the PPP, the pup of a pimp game, as he said.
Someone sent me a waifu body pillow off Amazon, I would burn it or throw it out. I have a fucking wife. I'm not a loser who sits around with a fucking body pillow that looks like a fucking anime girl. I'm not some 15-year-old pimple-faced loser. I'm a 37-year-old married man, goddamn.
So this whole blow-up shit happened. We stopped doing the show because I got mad at this guy for hanging out with this girl named Snacks. But
so Snacks, this was a real person who went online by Snacks. This wasn't a catfish. This was actually a real person who existed.
A real woman who wanted to have e-sex with PPP, which is great for him. Yeah, if more power to him, frankly, I understand that. But reality is, this e-girl, I did some research, I did a little digging, because he kind of like, you know, sent her to try to embarrass me on my stream a couple of times, sent her into my Discord to like make fun of me, you know, just being playful banner. But I'm
while you were doing the show, he was doing this, right? This was after the fact.
While we were supposedly friends and doing the show.
Okay.
So I did some digging into this girl. Turns out this Snacks e-girl, who, by the way, he cheated on a previous Irish e-girl, who I don't know that person's name, but he had a
How do you cheat? Wait. How do you cheat on an e-girl? It's not a real relationship. How could you be cheating? I don't even, what?
I know. Well, he was e-dating this one girl, and then he started e-dating this other girl at the same time, and they would, you know, take photos where he had them put their heads in the toilet. You know, he would send them foot pics and, you know, high heel photos and stuff. You know, really not very fun stuff. And, you know, they would send him, like, they would draw him with Cyndaquil from Pokemon, which that's actually, someone actually posted online.
What? For real?
Yeah, they posted a photo of that online. That was on, if you go to Kill Kino Casino stream with me a couple of weeks ago, which, by the way, on that show, I promised I wouldn't talk about PPP again, but, I mean, it's with Darkside Phil, man. I can't. It's the legend. It's the legend, Darkside Phil. How could I not take the opportunity to come on the show?
For the record.
Hold up. Yeah.
About this e-girl. I said, I'm not gonna make a video about PvP, I'm gonna make a video about this e-girl. And he knew about this, and he's like, you know, we knew this before this stream. We knew about this, I told him like months ago that I was gonna do this. And then on this 5 Pounds a Gun, he starts confronting me like, oh, you're gonna try and burn me with this stuff. It's like, well, listen, man, you're associating with this e-girl. And if it's one thing with a weird e-girl, but this shit was not good. And I'm gonna go into some detail here because what I'm about to say is like serious allegation shit. I don't want to come up with no receipts because I do actually have multiple witnesses.
Wow.
Multiple like people who have come forward about this after the fact to talk about this shit. Where this e-girl Snacks, who, mind you, if you're a guy in PP's position, put yourself in this position, right? If an e-girl showed up and said, I want to date you, man, handed herself to you on a silver platter, it'd be hard to say no. You probably wouldn't look into her backstory, which I understand. But it wasn't that. He actually had multiple e-girl options, at least one. He chose this e-girl over another e-girl.
And
yeah, this last episode was just after he got kicked out of his house with his friend who used to live with his friend named Surfer. Now I don't know if he's talked to you about Surfer. And
no, I know nothing about this. So he got kicked out of his own house. No, I don't know. No, I am a newcomer to all the lore. I don't involve myself with this stuff online. So he was a nobody, basically, is what you're saying. He wasn't any big shit. He didn't have a popular show or anything. One thing I want to call out here, because you're dropping names. Isn't it funny? It seems like everyone who this guy associates with, he has a big falling out with, and ends up basically trying to dump on at a later date. You just named Ethan.
I mean, look who's talking, Phil. There's a pot calling a kettle black right there. Everyone you've ever had signs with in the past, you've usually thrown under the bus. Or I've had enough of you, you know what I mean? Whether it's family or friends. So it's like, it's a sheer irony of Phil saying that about someone else when the exact same logic can be applied to him.
Ralph, you named Dick Masterson. You know, you obviously, me, everyone who he does stuff with, there's some drama, and the next thing you know, he just takes it upon himself later on to like turn on this guy or whoever it is. I mean, it just seems like a running pattern.
He was living in Surfer's house without paying rent, right? That's where he lived, was in Surfer's couch without paying rent, and Surfer was his best friend for years. They went to the same church together, they worked together. Surfer was like his real life friend. And they had a very public falling out where Surfer called the cops on him because PvP was like physically assaulting him, you know, which I don't want to talk or speak for Surfer or PvP involved with that because I wasn't there. But, you know, they had a real, like, actual, like, end
altercation
of shit.
Yeah.
And that was a real friendship that was destroyed by internet bullshit, primarily because of how Surfer interacted with these e-girls, I think. That's my speculation. And Surfer kind of confirmed it to me when I've spoken to him. That their main reason for the blow-up was partially because Surfer was interrupting him on the streams because, frankly, Surfer's a very entertaining person. And so they had their big blowing up, and that was a couple months later than we do our last 5 Pounds a Gun show, basically. And the whole crux of this is, I don't like Snacks. I'm friends with Surfer, too, so I was kind of pissed that I kind of, you know, you can see both sides who instigated that thing, but I was pissed that they allowed that shit to blow up the way they did. I was pissed at him.
The thing that I don't get is this is an e-girlfriend, right? So she's not around physically. How is she interjecting herself into these relationships, like with Surfer, and you know why is there even involvement? You would think that if you had a relationship, you would want to keep that separate from everything else you're doing, keep it out of drama and everything. But it seems like that's the opposite. That somehow because he had this e-girl Snacks, that it somehow permeated into everything else. That's kind of what I don't get. Like, how did everyone else get involved in it?
When you spend 6 hours a day on a Discord call with these e-girls, you know, I mean, that's when what you're primarily doing when you're not streaming or, you know, whatever the fuck you're doing. That's like he would basically hop off the streams and get on with these e-girls, from my understanding. And obviously he lives in Surf.
Come the fuck off.
Thank you very much to Diablo or Darkness for popping a 12-month bingo buy message saying, okay guys, I'm doing a wrestling show and my third guest is another random weird guy and let's talk drama, no wrestling show here, only drama. Yeah, look, Ethan Ralph was only there the first time for the first guest because of Kino Casino. Also, side note, I am fully convinced that Phil wanted to save Ethan till last. But Ethan fucking couldn't help himself and fucking ran his mouth and revealed it too early, and so Phil was forced to fucking use him first because Ethan fucking spoiled it. I am super convinced that Phil wanted to save the biggest one for last. But Ethan Ralph ruined Phil's fucking plans. Like, this guy was probably meant to be fucking first instead, because who the fuck's this guy? Nobody fucking cares about this fucking guy, you know what I mean? The only reason that Ethan Ralph and this Yahoo guy, whoever the fuck this guy is there, is literally because there's a history and past with Kino Casino. It has nothing to do with wrestling or expertise in wrestling or whatever. And in between that, you had a guy called Cypress, which is Phil's moderator. You know, arguably they may have fucking had more. They were probably the best of the three. And when you think of it just from a wrestling talk show perspective, that may have been like the best of the three for sticking on content and staying on topic. But Phil, though, you know, Ethan Ralph was on just to fucking shit on Kino, and this guy's on just to fucking shit on Kino, try and embarrass Kino, try and humiliate Kino. It's such a bad look for Phil. It really is. I mean, this is petty and it's cringe as all fuck. And as you can see, like, Phil's narrative, well, Phil's mouth gets him into trouble because of things that past Phil said, you know. And by the way, one more person pops their membership message, like Diablo just did, you know, this one. If so, one more person does that. I guess that's another free space for Bingo, by the way. We've had 4 of them today so far as well. I mean, we have 5 free spaces already, because our Sunday gifting 25 members, very kind of indeed. But we've also had 4 people popping their little member badges thing as well, you know, these kind of things as well. So we've had Warren do it just earlier on, Diablo's done it there as well, Coding Crusader done it, and Moki done it as well.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
And now Guybrush has done it, which means yes, this does count for a free space. We have 6 free spaces on Bingo before we even begun. So thank you Guybrush for being the 5th one there. That means we get a free space as well for people popping that as well. Good stuff indeed. Cameron Rushman says current Phil's mouth gets current Phil to trouble, let alone old Phil. Yeah, it's a good point. But you'll see Phil's hypocrisy and double standards very soon here. Like, I'll let it keep going, but yeah. Like, it's just, I swear, it's like current Phil has completely forgotten what past Phil said about what a narrative was meant to be relating to him in Kino Casino.
For his living room, basically on his couch. He doesn't have a private
So it's
space.
kind of hard to, exactly, there's no privacy there. Okay, I gotcha.
Oh, and Diablo's asking, was this cool guy? I have no idea. I've heard things about this guy. I have heard pretty horrible things about this person, this Gahul person or whatever. I have no idea what's true. I don't know what it is, but I've heard a lot of strange, fucked up things. But then again, I don't think Phil cares about that as long as they have something to talk about regarding Triple P.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But,
Okay.
you know, and all this being said, it's like, why, you know, at first I was like, I shouldn't dog on this guy for having an e-girl. I disdain it because it's not a, you know, this specific e-girl was like, you know, it's just one of these like scummy, like people who float around these like Discords, so you can just tell is like no good. Like, literally, and I will say this, I talked to some of the people she's with before, and I'll get into that later, but literally, we're talking like the Discord server bicycle, if that makes sense. Like, you know, she'd been like, you know, trying to have e-sex, and literally, guys, you have guys flown after her from these Discord calls to have sex with her at her home, which is, it's like,
What?
you know, just.
This whole thing blows my mind because, you know, I'm 43 years old. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Can't you just find someone who you can be with in person, who's a real, in-life relationship? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy to me. I don't know.
And I don't want to throw stones in glass houses. I'm a very fat guy. I'm not skinny, but PvP is a death fact, right? His only option is an E relationship because he can't physically. Right now, he can't physically leave the house. You know, at the time he could barely get to the toilet. You know, and when he was with Surfer, so he was basically, you know, immobile. He's basically handicapped through fat, right? He can't leave the house. And
yeah, it's funny. It feels like fucking got a little slight smirk on his face, like nodding along. Like this is like, I swear, like, I mean, isn't Cat the same goddamn size? And Phil's like, oh, really?
Girl was going to go out with him, she would have to come to him. And I mean, frankly, I don't want to get into the fat chicks. I'm very fat. I don't feel comfortable with that. But I mean, that's the actual.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
You know,
Yeah, this edit from Emoji, by the way, top tier, like incredible. I mean, it's this compilation was he put in the extra effort for this one. It feels like.
and there's no fucking. Frankly, I want to shame the guy for that. The shame comes from the choice in the e-girl, right? Because this e-girl Snacks was. I don't know. I'll start with the least crazy allegation, which I know to be true, and then go to the actual like bad stuff. So
Okay.
this Snacks
Again,
e-girl,
for the record, I know nothing about what we're...
Who fucking cares?
PPP right now is riding high. And the reason he's riding high is because he caught lightning in a bottle, all right? What it sounds to me like is he was someone who was a lolcow on the internet, and he knows it. He knows how bad of a lolcow he was. He was in lolcow circles, the sector, and he was making content and all that. And at some point, he somehow stumbled upon the perfect formula. I want to do a show with someone else, formerly kind of from this group, and we're going to basically make fun of everyone else, and we're going to act like we're the high horses above everybody else. But in truth, here's the truth about all of this, all right? Anyone who involves themselves in this kind of content and actively wraps themselves up in it on a daily basis is no better than anyone else.
Including you, Phil, because you fucking dived headfirst well into sort of fucking content by fucking having this fake wrestling commentary show, by just fucking having some sort of gossip corner with fucking Kino's former fucking associates.
On any given day, you're going to fly too close to the sun, something's going to come out, and then you're going to be the new jackass, okay? But this guy, him and his buddy over there on Kino Casino, actively tried to use me for 8+ months.
The Level 666 podcast straight out of fucking hell, because today, live on the show, it is time to explain to you how over the last 8 months and the last couple of years, all of my planning has finally come to fruition. I robbed Kino Casino.
As a way to get a rise on their show, to get me...
Yeah, that's a fucking excellent fucking point, because Phil's fucking trying to claim it's all the way around. Like, remember, Phil's narrative, not even a month ago, Phil's narrative was, I got snaked. Or I snaked Kino Casino. Phil was trying to fucking say he fucking had this planned all along. It was some sort of fucking 4D chess maneuver. Like, Phil scouted them out. Phil sourced them out. Phil played them all the entire time or whatever. And a month later, he's talking to this fucking random nobody on the internet. You know, used to be, you know, friends with Triple P. And he's like, well, no, it was all the way around. It was all the way around, apparently. Guys, thank you for 50 likes. That gives us a free space. Guys, we have 7 free spaces immediately. This is crazy. This might be a short bingo, but by the time we get started with bingo, of course. I had a very late start. I'm sorry for the late start and delayed stream to the start. I need to make sure I remember that timestamp in the description just so people can skip the longer than usual intro. That's my bad. But yeah. Thank you very much, guys. 54 likes is a free space. Remember, 75 likes is another free space. 100 likes is free spaces, and the bubbles and the bubbles animation as well to celebrate the 100 likes. But yeah, more free spaces the better, of course. I'll say, the more free spaces, the more free spaces we have, the quicker we can escape Phil and his boring bullshit narrative for whatever it is today.
Be involved in their content, and then when it wasn't convenient anymore because it wasn't working, they decided that they were going to turn on me and start being negative towards me, and that's when I had enough. And I cut the cord. But just because you found a way to get popular making fun of other lolcows doesn't mean that you're not the ultimate lolcows too.
I will say this, the lolcow sector, and I've experienced this a lot, and especially nowadays with, like, it just always creeps up. When you're on that fringe of the internet, that's like so close to the outer fringes of what like the normal internet is, right? You're really close to a not so good part of the internet that's very fucking bad. That's like illegal. That's like, you are committing actual like scumbag crimes and shit. And it's really easy to cross over. Andy Worski's crossed over it a number of times. You know, we don't want to, you know, we all sweep it under the rug and pretend like it didn't happen, but Worski's actually committed like heinous shit in the past. And I don't know, I don't want to say PvP has, because I don't know if he has. And I don't think he has. I don't want to make the allegation. But he is, or he was. I'm not sure if he still is. And I'm sorry if my connections is bad. I'm not sure if I'm dipping or anything. If I'm okay,
it's chopping up a little bit, but it's fine. I've had worse on the show, so it's all good.
Yeah. And the whole point of the story where we're talking about this e-girl snacks, and the reason why I'm talking about, I made a whole documentary about this shit years ago, like after it happened. And he kind of just pushed it away, kind of let it, like, just didn't acknowledge it, said, who cares, this doesn't matter, I don't have to address what I did wrong, it's fine. Sorry, bitch, but revenge is a dish best served cold. You didn't address it then, so now I'm gonna come on here and make you fucking look in the mirror, and see what the fuck you did. And frankly, Phil, what got me, and what made me really pissed and want to talk to you, was what he talked about your fucking wife, what he strapped.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut the absolute fuck up about that bullshit. Look, Phil fucking sat there as well and let it fucking happen multiple fucking times. When that bitch got thrown out of the fucking bus so Phil could fucking make that fucking bag, Phil was fucking like, I'm only willing to fucking do it several more fucking times, and then I might fucking say something about it. Bull fucking shit. ALT defends Cat more than Phil Bonnell fucking does. And ALT's a goddamn fucking detractor.
On her, that really fucking upset me. And frankly, there's no excuse. I understand it's the internet, we talk shit about each other, but there's no fucking excuse for the way he talked about you, your wife. So this girl Snacks that PvP chose to associate with, right, was a member of a group called the Order of Nine Angles, which is a Nazi Satanist group on Discord.
That's the perfect combo, right? I mean, you got to have a little of both to have the perfect.
You gotta have it both ways. And this Snacks girl, not only was a member of the Order of Nine Angles, she was like like I said, the Discord bicycle of the Order of the Nine Angles and these like associated like far right Discord groups. Once you knew about this shit, you would fucking like, you should like do some background checks, right, or anything. But this woman literally sent him like boxes and boxes of candy. I had the theory that she was like a death fetishist, that she would send him boxes and boxes of candy and cookies and shit to get him fatter and fatter.
Right, maybe.
Terrible artist, by the way. She drew, him and Pokemon Cyndaquil naked together for some reason, for who fucking knows what.
Who fucking cares?
This is the guy, by the way. This was when he was doing this. He was at the peak of his like, preacher dump, because his family's a preacher family, right? He's this moral high ground guy.
I've heard this before. Yeah, I heard a little bit about this, that apparently he actually grew up in a preacher family and everything, which is crazy to me to see where you ended up, right?
He was going after guys like you called Dax, Dick Master and Diddler Dax and stuff. Like he would go after these guys really hard and be really, really like, I'm the morally upstanding one. I'm the morally upstanding guy who can talk to God, and I will call the wrath of God down upon you.
Oh, Phil's fucking somewhat. I'm saying Phil's fucking birds of a fucking feather. Anytime Phil wants to try and appear morally superior to people, he'll fucking just say, I was raised Roman Catholic, I have a moral fucking compass. This comes from the same fucking guy that's not going to fucking take off Easter, a fucking big major fucking holiday for the fucking Jesus type folk out there. He's not going to take that fucking day off because, well, he doesn't care about it apparently. He's only fucking religious when it fucking suits him. He only fucking pulls out the fucking Roman Catholic card when it fucking suits his fucking narrative that fucking particular day. But does he actually fucking believe it? Does he fucking practice that shit? Fuck no.
Right. When in the fucking background, he's dating a Satanist who, when he goes on the show with Worski, it's acting like this, oh, it's a big deal, big time Andy Worski. Andy Worski, before PvP, was streaming to was like one of the lowest viewed, no one gives a shit streamers. Andy Worski coasted off of PvP success to make it big, basically. Right. And he provided him with the equipment and the money to make it happen. But like before fucking PvP, he was streaming with a guy like Kyler, doing Twisted Minds to like nobody. No one gives a shit about him. And frankly, in a year or two, when PvP and Worski have their big blow up, which will inevitably happen, as we all know, it's a circle of life. What's going to happen? PvP is going to get dumped by Worski. Worski's going to move on to a new show or new co-host, and PvP will just become another of the long line of previous Andy Worski co-hosts, up there with JF and Anal Vape. Right? That's the people. That's who he is. It's a nobody. And frankly, I thought PvP was better than that. I thought he had a chance to make something better of himself, or at least get offline and do something real with his fucking life, which he just hasn't done. And he is, because I consider Kino Casino to be his death sentence. He has success, moderate success online. I mean, if you compare him to actual live streamers, like real ones, it's fucking nothing. They get a couple thousand views, they get some money.
And blah, blah, fucking blah. Yeah, it just goes on and on. I don't know. It's just basically more and more. It's the whole thing. The whole fucking thing is just basically bitching and whining and gossiping about fucking Triple P. And Cameron is desperate for it to fucking stop. It's funny as well. I seen this show up in my video, DSP Raw channel. Like, I was going to show us as well. But we'll save it for another time. We need to save this another time. This is the video where Phil announced he had a new girlfriend. No actual video, it's just him. This is this old style podcast thing. Where just a pre-stream art in the background with Phil talking over it. But, yeah. I watched this earlier on, listened to it again earlier on. It's fascinating looking back and what Phil was fucking saying about this, about the relationship back then. But no, we'll save that for another time. We'll save it for tomorrow, you know what I mean? Because Phil is live, he has been live now for a good while. In fact, if I hit play, and yeah, hold on, so we're, fuck me man, we're behind by 30 minutes already. Must make sure we're on 1.5 speeds, which make sure as well we're at 1080p, good stuff indeed. And at time, pick bingo card for bingo. So hold on a second. Let's just get going with the bingo. let's not waste any more fucking time, shall we? To play bingo, we need a bingo number for our bingo card. As you can see here, I fucking made a center square. Phil making a 420 reference. So hold on. The fourth number in chat. The fourth number in chat will be the one I use for today's bingo.
Oh my dog! What's up?
And in the meantime, Mookie says, thank you very much, Mookie, for sub chat. It says, thank you. Mookie is thankful that I just ended the suffering, I guess, already. So there we go. And the first number in chat was KH with 420, second was Guybrush, third was Mookie, and fourth was the Camera Dutchman with a random big number of 56419. Don't know if there's any reference or meaning to that number, but 56419, that is what I'll use. There we go, got it typed in there and hit enter. I'll give it a second or two to cycle. There we go, that is the bingo card we have today's show. Camping Dutchman's bingo cards usually are quite good, to be fair. I mean, I don't know, has Camping Dutchman's bingo cards ever failed? I think he was quite, was there something that he was humble bragging like the other day? I think the last time he had a bingo card, it almost failed, and it just about won in the end, and has kept the streak alive. You know what I mean? But I think Cameron Dutchman is quite particularly proud of his, yeah, that is, his streak of 0 losses still stands. Well, you got 7 free spaces from the get-go today, which is a hell of a good head start for you. So just saying, so this is today's bingo card we have for today's show. We need Phil to say and do the following. We didn't discuss politics in some capacity, him saying on demand, him smacking his lips, him saying addition and Q&A. The second row is Phil saying business, him pig splitting something, him saying variety, obviously, and people saying. The third row is Phil saying alright, in fact, him making some random 420 reference, him saying voted and meaningful. The fourth row is Phil saying actually, FYI, % excited, and him randomly applauding. The fifth and final row is Phil saying there you go, him scratching his stash, him touching his ear, him saying necessarily, and finally him saying now. So there we go, that is today's bingo card we have for today's show. And as I said, we have 7 free spaces already. Before we even begin, we have 7 free spaces. 6 of them because of memberships, and 1 because you guys have liked the stream already. We've got over 50 likes on the stream. Remember, there's a variety of ways for us to try and get some more free spaces, but we need Phil to say and do the following. If Phil burps, sips, or snorts 10 times before we start playing bingo, before I finish playing bingo, sorry, that gives us a free space. For every 6 minutes and 40 seconds that Phil begs, that also gives us free space. For every 5 new or rejoining members to the bingo streams, that gives us free spaces as well, as you all know, because that's how we've got a good few of them so far. And finally, the best way in my opinion to get free spaces, 50 likes is a free space, which we already have, 75 likes is 2 free spaces, and 100 likes is 3 free spaces, as well as you guys getting to enjoy the Bubbles animation made by the supremely talented Pixar animation. So there we go. Good stuff indeed. Now, some more things to go over, of course, before we do anything else, of course. What else is there? So, we've got the free spaces, we already have 7 of them, all that jazz. What else is there to do? Oh yeah, I need Phil to explain things.
Well, hello everyone, Phil Burnell here, letting you know about King Jad's Bingo and Marbles gameplay on YouTube. Now, you need to leave a post in the community tab to enter, and that's it. A lucky winner will be picked by playing Marbles at the end of the month. It is just that easy. Any mouth-drooling idiot can do it.
Thank you, Phil, you fucking weird-eyed piece of shit, for explaining that to everyone. As Phil says, you've got to make sure that you have a comment on that community post, which is linked in the description of this live stream. If you've not yet done it, do it before the end of the month, so you have a chance of winning half of that bingo prize fund. That bingo prize fund is made up of a variety of different things. For example, every time we get a full house on a bingo board, it adds $10 to the bingo prize fund. Every Friday, we try and do these very challenging marble courses after bingo's all said and done, and if we complete 3 of those challenging marble courses, for every course that's completed, we add $10 more to that bingo prize fund. A quarter of the income I make on YouTube per month also goes towards that bingo prize fund. And finally, tips. 100% of tips, no matter however small, also goes towards that bingo prize fund. Case in point, when Jade tipped earlier on with his squeaky wheels, I need to add that to the tip, so there we go. So thank you very much, Jade, for adding to that tip, for the bingo prize fund with your tip earlier on. Your squeaky wheels came in very good, helpful there, very useful there, so good stuff indeed. Anyway, I think I've covered all the bases, and the only thing left for me to do is just to press the random Scottish soundboard button to send us off into battle once more.
And she's a big fucking bitch.
Of course, I mean, when I want that sound to play, it takes forever to fucking find it. You know, I can press a fucking button like 25, 30 fucking times, I won't fucking hear it because it's fucking random. I press it 1 time now and it fucking comes out the first time. That's just fucking typical. But yeah, on that note, it's time bingo. Good luck everybody. Here we fucking go.
What is going on, everyone? DSP here, and welcome back. After 2 days away, it's time to start a 6-day streaming week of goodness. here on DSP Gaming. And on today's show, we've got a lot to get caught up on, including what I did during my days off, what happened back on Thursday with a really awesome streaming day and what that's going to lead to. We've got an update on when people can pre-order the Switch 2, and I've got a game plan for it. Plus, of course, we want to talk about all the fun stuff coming up this week and an update on Sky Oblivion now that Elder Scrolls Oblivion seems to be having a formal remake from Bethesda. So, we got a ton to talk about. Great week coming up. All this and more on today's week-starting edition of the Level 1 Podcast.
Who fucking cares? Skip the fucking shitey long intro.
What's up? Good morning, everybody. Today is Sunday, the 20th of April, 2025. To some, today is Easter. So happy Easter to everyone out there who celebrates it, whether it's a religious holiday for you, where Jesus Christ has risen from the dead. Well,
oh, Phil said Jesus, huh?
Jesus!
Sorry, I don't know. Like, I thought it would be good to add that to the fucking soundboard because why the fuck not? So, Phil mentioning Easter and Jesus and all that shit may have something to do with the fact that he was supremely riled up before the show even began. Actually, I can rewind it. I'll show you guys. I'll go back because I know where we are. You know, it's easy. It'll be easy to get back to where we are because it happened right after the intro. You guys may not have seen this obviously because it happened before Phil was even live, and I wasn't live probably at myself. But if we go back and let me show you guys. So obviously it's done also the right hand side. Somebody gave me a super chat. This guy here, whoever this fucker is, you know, for someone who, so it's a $10 super chat, and the super chat reads, for someone who makes their own schedule and can have any day off they want, seems weird you didn't want today to spend the holiday with your wife. And Phil was very, like, defensive with it, you know, and he's like, is this guy stupid or something? I just had 2 days off, lol. Fucking lol. But it goes on a wee bit more from that. You know, and like if Phil obviously fucking doesn't waste more time by just, you know, he fucking tells him some more. I spent a ton of time with Kat and now I'm back for a work week. Wow, how bizarre. And I'll say hello, Jade. You know, so Jade's fucking done it as well. And the guy came back though, and had this to say. Hold on, he also becomes a member. It becomes a fucking member, which fucking tells you the dented nature of this individual. DH1 fucking became a standard fucking supporter. And then he justifies why he thought, why he said what he said. You know, he defends what he fucking says, and I just think, fuck me, you need to see this. So my work week starts on Sunday as well, but most people I know have Easter off to spend with their families. Is all I'm saying. It has nothing to do with how much time you spent with them, off with them prior. Okay. And Phil goes into full, well, I'm a fully grown adult male, adult style, but you know, when you're your own boss, you realise that days are just days, and holidays are meaningless. What's meaningful is getting to spend time with family when you can, not on exact dates. This is from the same fucking guy who refuses to fucking fly home and see his dying parents bit away. I'm no fucking forgotten that shit. You know, fucking Wednesday was fucking brutal. Last Wednesday, when Phil fucking tried to justify why he fucking can't go and see his fucking apparently dying fucking parents because he has no fucking time to. It's like the onus was on them to fly out to fucking him. He's not going to fucking spend time, fucking take days off to fucking fly out to see them. He's just waiting for him to fucking, and that was a fuck. I don't want to get fucking annoyed with that again. But yeah, that's why he fucking said that. We didn't celebrate our anniversary until Friday, but we had an amazing day when we did. It's all just semantics and marketing. Easter apparently is marketing. This Roman Catholic is apparently fucking moral compass style Roman Catholic is calling Easter marketing. So yeah, and I think that's kind of where it ended off. You know, I don't think anyone else made a big song and dance with it. You know, this guy here, down here, Easter Sunday isn't semantics and marketing. No, it's ferocious, and nobody challenged him in that. You know, so yeah, I can't just say end it off there. But yeah, obviously Phil was saying that was a dumb super chat, and fucking other people jumped on that as well. So yeah, I just thought, so that super chat I think has triggered this reaction from Phil. Like, Phil is probably going to refer to that super chat here, or very soon anyway, about Easter, because obviously, yeah, he's fucking definitely. In fact, it comes on in a few minutes time apparently. Sonny saw it, you know, happening ahead of time, so it comes on in a few minutes time. Fantastic stuff indeed. Anyway, let's crack on with Bingo. Just thought I'd show you guys what happened. Obviously, before the stream went live, but Phil already has $10 in support with that super chat, but it's a super chat he thought was dumb. So I'm sure he's gonna be very respectful of it.
What's up? Good morning, everybody. Today is Sunday, the 20th of April, 2025. To some, today is Easter. So happy Easter to everyone out there who celebrates it, whether it's a religious holiday for you, where Jesus Christ has risen from the dead, well, happy Easter to you. If it's just a family event where you have candy and you color and hide eggs and you do fun stuff that's spring related, well, happy Easter to you.
Burger.
To some people just smoke weed today.
Burger.
I don't really get that one. But anyway, I hope you're having a good day, and I hope that you're ready for the start of a very fun week coming up. If you're wondering why I am wearing a pullover again, I know the weather out here is very confusing. For an entire week, it was incredibly warm.
Who fucking
so
cares?
I had to wear like short sleeve summer Hawaiian-style shirts and shorts and everything. And now it's cool, rainy, and cloudy again, and it dipped to 25 degrees. So it looks like this week's going to be like that, too, where it's going to be up and down. Like, I think around, like, Thursday-ish, it's actually supposed to get very warm again. So you may see my attire fluctuate back and forth a lot. If it stays too warm, I'm going to install the air conditioner, and once that happens, I'm probably going to be wearing summer clothes nonstop throughout the entire season. We'll see what happens with that. Hopefully, I don't have to put it in by the end of April, but I guess we'll find out. Sometimes I have to put it in earlier rather than later.
Who fucking
anyway,
cares?
My allergies have picked up a bit. I got post-nasal drip. I got swelling in my throat. It sucks. There's nothing I can do about it. It happens this time of year every year. So if I have to clear my throat a little bit more today, if I sound a little gunked up, that's why, and I apologize. If it gets too bad, I can always pop an allergy pill, but usually this time of year, there's just not much you can do. Okay, it sucks. So I'll tough through it. I'm here all week. It's a 6-day streaming week this week. Okay, starting today all the way through Friday, there's going to be such great variety this week. We're going to have continuing awesome playthroughs of games such as Blueprints and, yes, chill Minecraft streams like we're doing today. There's also going to be a concluding playthrough in Adamfall. Lego Nights will return. Yes, that's right. We're actually starting with Lego Nights again, and we're going to start building the awesome Piranha Plant Lego later on this week. I can't wait for that. In addition to that, near the end of the week, we've got a new release, Player Obscure Expedition 33, a game that, from all reports of people who've had a chance to play it, it's a game that combines gameplay elements from Final Fantasy X, an amazing game, with Lost Odyssey, also an amazing game. It's like putting chocolate and peanut butter together. It sounds good to me. So I'm very excited for that. And, of course, WrestleMania is going on right now. Night 1 was last night. I've already seen it. Night 2 is tonight. I'll be watching it overnight. And
Night 1, by the way, a lot of people were not very fucking pleased. Oh, you know, this is like the wrestling talk portion of the fucking show. A lot of people were a bit annoyed with how Night 1 of WrestleMania went. Like, people seemed quite happy with the whole CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns fight. Also, that was the final. That was the main event. Everything before the main event, people seemed very iffy on. But for the main event itself, people thought it was a banger. But also, it's like, it's obviously open to interpretation how people perceive these fucking things. But yeah, some people are quite dissatisfied with it's weird. It's a fucking multiple weekend thing. It is weird. Okay, like WrestleMania should be one fucking night. Like I know, it's I don't know. It's just it's nah. But then again, obviously, I mean, it gives other fucking wrestlers a chance to fucking showcase their fucking, like, it gives them a chance to fucking have a WrestleMania moment, you know? So yeah, it's a good thing in that regard, you know what I mean? Because obviously, these wrestling rosters are quite fucking large, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's great that fucking other people get a chance to fucking shine on the grandest stage of all, you know. I mean, every fucking wrestler, doesn't matter. I mean, I think every single wrestler would fucking love to have that WrestleMania moment, you know. And it gives them exactly fucking that, you know. So yeah, it's just weird. It's a fucking weekend thing, you know what I mean? But last night's very there's quite a few angry and annoyed people yesterday for how night 1 went.
tomorrow is my big WrestleMania Super Show of Smart Guys that will be taking place on DSP Reacts and on DSP Gaming Reel on Kick. We'll talk about that in a little bit. It's going to be a little bit of a different schedule because of that. But I'm hoping that it'll be fun and that people will tune in. It's the longest pro wrestling show I'm basically ever going to do. And then after that, actually depending on how that goes, my frame didn't move. I guess this moved. Here we go. Depending on how that goes, will determine if I continue to do Smart Guys as a weekly thing, if I reduce the amount I do Smart Guys, if I even do Smart Guys at all. We got to figure this out, okay? So we will talk about this today. All right, good stuff coming up. But I hope that you all had a great couple of days away. I do. You know, when I'm away for a couple of days, it usually gives you opportunity to get caught up on stuff, and I noticed that. Like, I noticed that the last few videos that I usually put out when I have a few days away always get a boost in views and stuff like that. So I certainly hope that you guys had a chance to get caught up on all the stuff that I've been doing recently, and that you've enjoyed it, and that you had a safe and fun Friday and Saturday. Personally, I had a great Friday and Saturday. I got to spend a ton of time with my wife, Kat, which I've wanted to do for a while. We did a ton. We went out and had an opportunity to celebrate our anniversary a week late, but we still got to celebrate it in our own way, doing a lot of fun stuff. We had some great food. We went shopping.
I love how the first thing they talk about is fucking food. I spent time with my wife, Kat. What'd you do? Well, the food was incredible. Anything else? Well, no, that's about it.
which is actually really nice because we haven't had a chance to do that in a while. And so we got some stuff for the house. We got some stuff for ourselves. We had amazing food. We had some more like healthy sandwiches.
Food. Again, like, oh, we had amazing food. What about shopping? But the food was amazing, guys. Let me tell you about the fucking food. The breakfast was incredible. Then lunch was incredible. Then dinner was amazing. And then, oh yeah, we also spent time together. It was great.
I had like a fish sandwich somewhere that was really good with like jalapenos and coleslaw and all kinds of stuff. We had breakfasts. We had breakfast a couple days in a row. We had breakfast, which usually don't have a time to really do breakfast, but we had omelets and all kinds of fun stuff there. And then we had a amazing pizza from a wood fire pizza place. So great food for a couple of days. We went to a ton of places. Like, I'm not even gonna go through it. Just a few stores.
It kind of sounds like you know how some people have like some like you know bar crawls, pub crawls. You know, it sounds like Cat and Phil's meaningful time off together was essentially doing some sort of fucking food crawl. Oh, let's go to this place for breakfast, and then let's go to this place for brunch, and then let's go to this place for lunch, and then let's go to this place for some pre-dinner meal, and then let's go to this other place for an actual dinner, and then we'll go here for some supper. It feels like that's what they fucking spent the time off doing.
Meth Bear tipped £5. Avoiding Kirk on Easter, thou art a wretched sinner, unworthy of God's love. Thou livest as a winter tree, unprofitable, fit only to be hewn down and burned. Steep thy life in prayer, and pray that God sees fit to show mercy on thy corrupted soul.
Meth Bear getting all biblical on me, bloody hell. Thank you very much, Meth Bear, for the contribution. In my defence, I've not been here for 3 days, and Easter's a fucking meaningful time, you know what I mean? Because when else do you get to fucking eat ridiculous sizes of Easter eggs, and get away with it, You're allowed to do it on Easter, but if you fucking do that shit during fucking October, people give you a strange, funny fucking look, like, what the fuck are you doing? So aye, there we go. So thank you, FBF, for the contribution. Much appreciated. And there it goes towards the bingo prize, and of course, hope you're doing well, hope you're enjoying your Easter. I do, whether you celebrate Easter, of course, or not, I do hope everyone is enjoying a day regardless, Personally, I don't. Like, I was raised kind of Christian, you know what I mean? Like, I went to like fucking like some services whenever I was younger as a kid, whatever, but it's just, I'm not a religious guy. Like, but at the same time, though, so I'm very each to their own. Like, if people let people enjoy their faith, if it gives them hope, if it fucking makes them live their lives in a good way, each to their own, I'm not going to force fucking my own, I believe what I fucking believe. If what the other people believe makes them happy, cool, as long as it doesn't try and get crammed in my throat, let people fucking live and let live, that's just fucking my very lazy philosophy. But yeah.
So, great food for a couple of days. We went to a ton of places, like, not even gonna go through it, just a few stores and things like that, you know what I mean? But it was nice, we got some stuff at the house.
Oh, fuck, Derek. No.
Ghost of Derek tipped £1. Do you know what rose from the dead every morning for me when I had flesh? It was my wee
fuck
nerds.
Jesus!
Fuck me, man. Where's fucking Barrett Wells when you fucking need him? Fucking need Ghostbusters to fucking get rid of fucking Derek. But thank you very much for the contribution. Much appreciated.
To a ton of places, like, not even gonna go through it.
But that's what I'm saying. Phil is fucking reminiscing about how amazing his fucking day off was with Cat. And literally the thing that's getting him excited and that shit was all the food they fucking ate. Like, those two, that is what the relationship was fucking built off. Look, guys, we did this amazing thing because we ate food here, we ate food there, we ate food. Phil's meaningful time off with Cat is essentially about stuffing their fucking faces full of fucking food, apparently. Well, you didn't go to the fucking zoo, you didn't fucking go see anything, Seattle apparently has a whole bunch of fucking interesting things to fucking examine or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, interesting. No, nothing like that, Phil. Just food. Food and more food.
A few stores and things like that, you know what I mean? But it was nice, we got some stuff at the house. Then we got to stay home and relax a bunch. Although we did take the opportunity to do some stuff around the house and, cleaning and stuff like that. We played with Jasper Kitty a bunch, watch some TV. It was just overall a nice couple of days, which is needed, especially when you work as much as I do. To actually have some time to spend with the family is much appreciated. And I'm back today, and it's funny because I'm back and people are, oh, why are you working on Easter? Because I just had 2 days off. Oh, but it's a holiday. Okay, allow me to explain something. As you get older, you come to realize this. And perhaps if you ever get the opportunity to be your own boss, this will be even more apropos.
Boss.
Okay? Literally, holidays are just a date. Do you get that? Like, it's not the fact that today is Easter. And so,
Phil, in that case, then why don't you fucking stream on Christmas, December 25th? Why not, Phil? Why not? If holidays are just a fucking day, why don't you stream on December 25th? Think about it, Phil. Most other people won't be streaming that day. You'd probably fucking be one of the fucking more popular viewers because you don't have as much competition that day. Go on, Phil. I'd double dare you to fucking stream on Christmas Day.
today, I should have taken today off to celebrate Easter with my family because it's so important to have it on that day. It doesn't matter. What matters is having the time to celebrate with family and friends, having that time to recuperate, to have meaningful moments. That's what matters. The date doesn't matter. Get it? It just doesn't. You know, we didn't get to celebrate our anniversary on our anniversary because we were all busy.
You could have. You fucking had a choice to fucking do it. Smart guys has fucking cancelled that fucking night stream. You had a fucking chance to fucking just say, oh, well, fuck it, I'm going to do something with Kat instead. And you fucking actively chose to fucking ignore her. She was home all day. Kat was there all fucking day. She had a fucking day off from fucking work on her fucking anniversary. You worked during the fucking day stream, whatever, fucking ignoring her. And then the night stream had a fucking chance. You had a fucking easy out on a night stream to spend time with her on the night. And you're like, nah, I'd rather just sit in my fucking stream and beg for money for 2 fucking hours.
But we had a great couple of days where we celebrated together and had a ton of fun. Did it matter that it wasn't on the exact day? Of course it didn't. You know, some years I have my birthday off. Some years I work on my birthday. It's fine. All you got to do is be sure that you are spending.
No. Wait a second. When's the last time that Phil Burnell fucking took off a stream for his birthday? No, that doesn't happen. That does not happen, I think. Phil fucking loves streaming on his fucking birthday because he gets a massive, huge uptick in support and contributions. Guys, it's my birthday, so pay up. You know, that kind of shit. Like I can't remember the last time Phil took time off on his birthday. That is like the premium time for him to fucking collect from his dents.
It's fine. All you got to do is be sure that you are spending enough time with those that matter the most to you. And as long as you are, it doesn't matter what the actual date is. It's all good. Right?
Oh, why? When are you going to see your fucking family, Phil? Your mother and father in Connecticut. I don't want to fucking hear his fucking piggy preach about fucking spending time with his fucking family while he actively fucking ignores his fucking mother and father as they fucking perish in Connecticut. Fading away, the fucking only fucking child, abandoning him and refusing to fucking go and see them. He has the means, he has the money to fucking go see them, and he fucking sets his own schedule. He can fucking go see them whenever he fucking wants, but actively fucking chooses not to. Instead, he fucking takes an extra fucking day off than usual so he can fucking stuff his fucking face with a fucking more than usual with his fucking big beefy bitch of a fucking wife. Phil, don't you dare fucking preach to me about fucking how much fucking family matters to you when you fucking actively ignore half of them across the other side of the fucking country.
I just love how people come up with the weirdest things. I had 2 days off. Why are you working today? Because I just had 2 days off. Well, I don't get it. You make your own schedule. Why not have it? Why not have a 4th? Why not have a 7 days in a row? Why not have 2 months in a row? Why work ever again? Oh yeah, because I'm not rich. Because I actually do need to work to earn a living. Burger. It's that simple. When you are someone who puts out meaningful, positive content, you have to be putting it out at a regular pace so that people will come by and support said content. It's not like I'm some e-celebrity that people just open their wallets and toss thousands of dollars at every time that I get on stream. I'm not a harmful individual who sets out to either lie and shill to you constantly so you'll spend money on paid sponsorships and products, or sits here bullying people on the internet constantly and you get your jollies off on it. Instead, I actually have to work, get it? And I'm happy with my job. I'm happy with who I am and all of this. I'm really happy that I got to spend time with my wife for 2 straight days. And there'll be more of that from time to time. It's not going to be every week. Like I said, this week, it's going to be a 6-day streaming week. Try to, jump back into it full force and get into the swing of things after having that extra time off. It's all good. But in reality, I don't have to justify anything. I am me, and I do things my way, and that's that. Maybe some people do things differently, and that's all good. I enjoy where I am in life. I'm happy. I'm not miserable. I'm not jealous. I'm actually pretty well off and sitting pretty right now, feeling good about myself, feeling good about my content and everything that I did. So thank you guys very much for that, allowing me to do what I love. And thanks for letting me have a couple days off with my wife. It was very nice.
Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Very nice. Okay. So, let's talk about what went down on Thursday, because it was a great streaming day for sure. Great support, great everything, honestly. We actually determined what our goals are going to be. Or did we? Well, we narrowed it down a bit. We'll talk about that. And then I want to talk about today. And then, of course, we're going to jump into the whole Switch stuff for this week, Sky Oblivion. We got a lot to talk about. Okay, so let's get into it, shall we? All right, so Thursday was my final streaming day of last week. And it was a great day. We started off with a nice chill podcast with some fun topics. And then we jumped into Blueprints. And I really like Blueprints. I think it's a very unique, fun puzzle game. Never really played a game like it before. It keeps you thinking. It's got all kinds of different stuff to do in it that you know, has you not only solving puzzles, but kind of linking things together from all around the mansion. Has a unique atmosphere, has great relaxing music. I'm really enjoying my time with the game. I think I'm 7 parts in, but roughly it's around almost 9 hours of gameplay. And I'm not even kidding you. I actually can't wait to play again. I'm actually craving more gameplay as Blueprints because it's such a unique game. So, the funny part about it is, here I am on Wednesday night, and I'm streaming the conclusion of Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. And make no mistake, it's one of the least attended, least supported streams I've done in ages. Okay? But I told everyone it would be. I knew that game basically wasn't getting much, you know, eyes on it, and people were dying for that playthrough to end, so I'm glad that it finally did. I come back on Thursday, and I play Blueprints, and we've got crazy levels of support. We have people coming in dropping subs, people coming in doing big tips, big super chats. It was wild. All for a puzzle game, right? A puzzle game. It just goes to show, it doesn't really matter what I'm doing, right? People love the content that I put out. And
If that was true, then why did Like a Dragon get crap support? You're contradicting yourself immediately, Phil. Like, the contradictions never fucking end.
support it no matter when or where it is. There are some exceptions, and I feel like there are going to be games where they're just not going to hold that much of an audience. You know, I think Pirate Yakuza was one of them. I'm glad that it's over, but I did like the playthrough very much. I enjoyed it. But in the case of a game like Blueprints, it's chill fun. It's something unique and different. People come by and like it. Crazy. It was absolutely crazy because someone came by and like, dude, you got this much support for a puzzle game? I'm like, it's not necessarily the game. It's the vibe. It's the atmosphere. When I'm playing Blueprints, we're very much engaged with each other. We're talking about the puzzles. We're trying to figure stuff out together. It's just a really unique feeling that I very much am liking. So, excuse me. Great stream of Blueprints back on Thursday. Like I said, looking forward to more. In our runs here, we're unlocking more and more rooms. We actually permanently solved the puzzle of the orchard, which means every single day we're gonna have 20 bonus steps now. So, to be frank, I don't think we're gonna run out of steps anymore. I think it's more gonna be reliant on running out of room in the mansion and stuff like that, like having dead ends. I think having 20 bonus steps, I don't think we're having any issues. So, can't wait for more. I wish I was playing it today, but I want to give equal kind of attention to Minecraft and Blueprints because people absolutely love Minecraft and we're sad that it went away for so long, and I get that. But here's the truth. If Minecraft does start to slow down and or interest wanes, Minecraft will likely just become chill night streams for a while, and then we'll have other things fill in as a day stream. I think that Minecraft has done fine as a day stream for these first couple of streams, but we'll see how it works moving forward. You know, today's going to be, we're heading to the 5th and 6th hours of this Minecraft run for 2025.
Who fucking cares?
So then, Thursday night.
Jesus Christ, Meth Bear.
Meth Bear tipped £5. Whenever Phil says he's craving something, he means booty. A man's butt. It's more important than food. More important than water.
Yeah, that's probably why he was really fucking disappointed in that fucking Like a Dragon game, you know what I mean? He heard all this fucking talk about fucking plundering booty and he probably got his fucking hopes up thinking it was something different, but nah, they're just about fucking trying to find treasure, not trying to fucking actually plunder literal booty, you know. But yeah, fucking knows. But thank you, Myth Bear, for the tip. But yeah, Phil is more excited. Like he hates he hates seeing women on his screen, scantily clad women, but he quite enjoys seeing the naked men. But I kind of tells you everything you need to fucking know, you know. But yeah, poor cat. Imagine how her confidence must feel, knowing that, you know, there's nothing she can do to make Phil feel that way. You know, unless she fucking dresses like fucking Hulk Hogan or something.
This Minecraft run for 2025. So then, Thursday night, it was finally time for my pre-WrestleMania hype show of smart guys with special co-host Gahul. And for those who don't know, because a lot of people didn't, Gahul is the former co-host of a pro wrestling commentary show. He used to do it with PPP until they had a falling out, and basically he kicked him off of that show, and then it just stopped being made. Yes, I'm not kidding you. PPP has now been kicked off of 2 wrestling commentary shows. He's just not very good at it, apparently.
And the whole reason why Phil had him on is so he could fucking have that sick burn right there. That was the whole point of Kahul being on, just so I could fucking say, oh, he's been kicked off of 2 shows now. I'm gonna get you, PPP. Take that, PPP. Oh, you're truly felted now, PPP. I made a tweet on about this, you know, that happened. So I hope, yeah. So, you know, a lot of people live rent-free in Phil's oddly shaped head, you know. However, very few get their own penthouse suites over there. Evil AJ has his own penthouse suite in Phil's head. Do they as well now? Trophy as well has it, you know. There's, while we all live in Phil's head rent-free, few people get this sort of attention that, you know, that other people get, you know. You get what I'm saying? Triple P now has his own penthouse suite in Phil's head. Anderson says it's a Gundam as well. I would argue that he's not quite, he's up there. He's living within that, that area, but he's not quite penthouse sweet. Like, Evil AJ gets name dropped. But Evil AJ has not made content about Phil in years. Literal years. In fact, maybe we're a decade at this point in time, I don't know. And yet, he still gets name dropped by Phil on the regular, Duty also is the current, the one he's a current bad detractor because Duty makes bank on Phil, and Phil can't stand it. And now Triple P, of course, as well. So that's something. But Gundam, though, doesn't get as many mentions, really. I don't think Phil necessarily cares much about Gundam. It's probably because Gundam is quite a variety person. Like, Gundam goes after multiple people. Gundam will make fun of Phil, but Gundam also makes fun of fucking tons of people, The counterpoint, of course, is that no, Gundam is Penthouse. Literally last week he went and slandered Gundam. Every time Phil mentions Gundam, it's followed by swear words. It's debatable. Look, he at least has a very nice gaff in Phil's order-shaped head. Is it Penthouse? It's close.
Bro, and both times for drama. History seems to be repeating itself, okay? Anyway, I'm not here to rehash drama or anything like that.
Fuck off. I'm not here to rehash drama. Why was Yahoo on your stream then? The whole point of him being there was for drama purposes. I'm not here to rehash drama. Fuck the fuck off.
You can go watch Smart Guys on the DSP Reacts channel on YouTube. That's at DSP Reacts right now in its entirety. The first hour was history and drama. And then we did 2 solid hours of great wrestling commentary. I'm getting feedback that people felt Gahul actually was the best host overall when it came to wrestling know-how and good takes on pro wrestling. However, he had the worst technical setup. For some bizarre reason, his internet connection with Discord kept getting very bad. And he kept sounding robotic and chopping up. And that sucks, because obviously when you're doing a wrestling commentary show, you need it to be consistent. You need it to be working, right? So it did suck that happened. But overall, I think the quality of the commentary was great. I think we had great chemistry going back and forth talking about wrestling. And it was a good show. So if you haven't seen it yet, I hope that you'll check it out. Now, the funny part about this is, okay, there are actual idiots on the internet saying things like, wow, Phil picked the worst co-hosts, and Phil just doesn't get it. He had an opportunity, and he squandered it, because he could have had Boogie or Wings of Redemption as one of the hosts. Or he could have continued into the sector, and he could have had Mersh as a host. Or he could have had so-and-so or so-and-so, and this was the big opportunity. He had all eyes on him. To which I say, wow, you guys are really fucking stupid. You don't seem to get it, all right? You really don't. I don't care about drama.
Then Ethan, Ralph, and Gahul were only there because of Triple P. You seem to clearly do care about drama. Who are you fucking pretending? Who are you trying to convince? You're fooling nobody, Phil. You are fooling absolutely fucking nobody whatsoever fucking ever with this shit.
When I partake in internet drama, I don't get a boost of attention. I don't get any kind of positivity or support. My audience doesn't want it. It's a waste of time. I don't understand how people don't get this yet. Really, I don't. The people who came to this channel and gave me a boost of attention back in the fall were not my audience. My audience were telling me, what are you doing? This isn't good. This is going down a path that we feel is leading you towards things we're not interested in, and we're nervous that you're going to get too involved in this, and that you're not going to be able to come back. Correct? Did that not happen? I had people who were longtime viewers and fans who said, we're sorry, we're going to have to say goodbye. And what I saw happening was me now having reliance on, quite frankly, a pretty toxic audience of people who only would support me when I was doing drama content, which I didn't want to do constantly. So I got myself out of that situation. Get it?
But Phil, your narrative was that was a plan all along. Are you fucking admitting here you sacrificed your long-term loyal fans and audience members just so you could make some bank? You're willing to fucking discard Derek as well as a bunch of other people just to make bank?
Funny part is, doing Smart Guys the way that I just did, having the 3 hosts that I did, there was some drama. But you notice something. It wasn't the focus. It didn't derail the show. The content of the wrestling portions of the show was very good. Much better than it had been previously with my former co-host. So having the 3 variety of hosts actually worked really well in my opinion. And it showed that Smart Guys as a wrestling commentary show has legs and can stand on its own. But that's the thing. It has to be treated like a wrestling commentary show, and it has to be supported as such. I feel like, sadly, because the show was started as a drama show, I don't know how long it has, all right? So, anyway, the show went well. We actually hit the goal. We exceeded the goal and opened 2 packs of WWE Topps cards. But let's be honest, we did that because a couple of people came by and dropped a bunch of sub-bombs on the stream. It wasn't because overall people were throwing support towards smart guys. It was because a small group of people came by last minute and dropped.
Phil, that's your content. That's the entirety of your content summed up in one fucking go. You have just described the majority of your content, whether it's fucking gaming stuff or the React stuff. That is what your content is these days.
A bunch of support. That's not really how it should work. Okay, just being very honest with all of you. All right, it should work where there's enough of an audience that like the content, want that content, and will support it over time. Not, oh, at the last minute, 1 or 2 people dropped by and decided to drop a couple sub bombs. So it makes me very skeptical about the show's future. Okay, to be honest, I think tomorrow my WrestleMania Super Show might actually make or break the future of the show. If the show goes well and gets attendance and gets engagement and gets support, then maybe I'll continue doing Smart Guys regularly. If tomorrow's show ends up sputtering out and flopping, especially because it's going to be a extra long WrestleMania Super Show, all right, I'm putting a lot of extra time and effort into this to do it for you. If this doesn't work, I might put Smart Guys on hold, on a hiatus, and come back at a future date. I might just say, that's it. The whole intention of Smart Guys was to do wrestling commentary from January to WrestleMania. That was always my intention. And then after WrestleMania, to see how, if I got back enough into wrestling that I wanted to continue doing it, okay? I'll be honest with everybody. I have enjoyed doing it, for sure. But it gets a bit boring, too, when you have these bye weeks where there's not a lot going on. And what I'm thinking is, maybe if I were to continue on with Smart Guys, instead of it just being Raw and SmackDown every week, I would start to alternate, and maybe other weeks, maybe one week I check out NXT, just to see what NXT is like. Maybe one week I check out AEW, right? I mix it up. So it's not, hey, every single week it's just Raw, SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown. I do feel like it gets played out. And I actually felt like this show that I did on Thursday, which was a WrestleMania hype build-up show, where all I did was went through each match at WrestleMania and the plots leading up to it and what I think would happen. I liked that format better than treating the show like a play-by-play results show, where every week I'm just reading, this match happened, this promo happened, this match happened, this promo happened. I think that gets boring.
Well, of course it gets fucking boring, because anyone can fucking see that information for themselves anywhere on the fucking internet. The whole point, why are wrestling commentary shows sometimes popular with some people? Because the fucking people involved in them give their fucking takes on what fucking happened. They don't just fucking tell you what fucking happened. They fucking explain their own fucking, thinking as to what can happen next. Why did this happen? Was it a good thing this happened? Was it a bad thing that happened? They give their own fucking takes as fucking long-time, wrestling fans or whatever, you know what I mean? And they fucking give their takes as to either what they fucking want to see happen or what they think is going to fucking happen. You know? Case in point, I kind of had a feeling, I don't want to, I might spoil the main event of last night's WrestleMania if no one's fucking seen it yet, so in case you've not seen the last night's WrestleMania yet, don't listen for the next fucking 10 seconds or so. I knew, I didn't know, but I had a good strong feeling that Paul Heyman was going to fuck over both CM Punk and Roman Reigns. I knew it. I had a fucking feeling the Rollins angle with Paul Heyman, I seen that coming. A few people saw it coming, but I saw it coming as well. But it's but that kind of thing, But on the other hand, though, when you go back to Royal Rumble back in January, not a lot of people saw, John Cena losing that Royal Rumble. When I got him and Jay Uso that won the Royal Rumble, between those two, and you kind of think, John Cena's going to win the Royal Rumble here, and this is his final WrestleMania, nobody fucking saw Jay Uso winning that shit.
Really do. I feel like sometimes if I'm just going through the results, it's just I'm not having a good time, especially if a show was a weak show. But now I have to waste time talking about it. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. All right. But here's the thing. This all depends on tomorrow. No ifs, ands, or buts. Tomorrow, if Smart Guys goes well, then I will consider doing it weekly, regularly, but maybe mixing up the content. Instead of just being Raw and SmackDown, maybe we'll have alternating weeks of different content. That also goes for the hosts. So one week I may have no host. One week I may have one of the 3 hosts that have guest starred. One week I may have another one of the hosts on the show, and maybe I'll have some new hosts eventually too. Okay, so let's all see how it goes, hinging on tomorrow, and then we'll move forward. Speaking of which, I guess I should talk about it now because we're already talking about it. So here's how tomorrow's going to go. Okay, I am going to do a podcast, but it is a abridged podcast. The podcast tomorrow will start.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. Monday's going to be a shorter fucking podcast. Completely forgot about that. So tomorrow's bingo is probably a smaller bingo card because Phil's going to have a shorter podcast. I completely forgot about that. Anyway, guys, let's have a brief update on how things are going. We're in the bingo card and free space is not. We have a free space of snorts, so there's one free space right there. We have a free space for likes because we've got 50 likes, that's 2. And then we have 6 more free spaces because of membership stuff. So we have 8 free spaces. What does that mean for today's bingo card? We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are 4 away from a full house. So there's 12 spaces left to mark off, but we have 8 free spaces, so we're 4 away from a full house. So things are going quite well so far, as you can tell. And we're 10 more likes away from yet another free space. 75 likes would give us another free space, but currently as things stand, we are 4 away from the full house.
Around 11:15 a.m. and we'll run till around noon, and then it's going offline. It's going to be
so like a 45-minute podcast or so, about half as long. So yeah, I'm going to do a 3x3 bingo card tomorrow. Hopefully that'll be enough.
a short podcast just to get everyone caught up on what happened today and if there's any gaming news, and that's it. Then the stream is going to restart over on DSP Reacts and of course on Kick, and it's going to be the WrestleMania Smart Guy Super Show, where for 4 hours I'm going to talk about WrestleMania. The first 45 minutes I'll be basically talking about my overall thoughts about the show, specific matches. Then our first guest host will arrive, Ethan Ralph. He'll be on for probably about 45 minutes discussing what he thought was the best and worst of WrestleMania, you know, what was atrocious, what does he think about the outcomes of the big matches. After he's gone, there's going to be another kind of central hour where I talk more about my thoughts, and we are going to get Cypress TV. He cannot be on the show. Sadly, he's busy, but he's going to write me up his thoughts about WrestleMania, and we're going to read his thoughts and react to those together. I can't wait to hear his thoughts. And then at the very end of the show, probably the last half hour, Gahul's going to join us, and he's going to tell us his overall thoughts about WrestleMania. So we're going to have all 3 guest co-hosts as part of the WrestleMania Super Show tomorrow. 2 live, and 1 is kind of a pre-recorded thoughts that we'll review together and respond to, okay?
Wow, Phil, that sounds awful.
So yeah, FYI, tomorrow will be the longest wrestling commentary show I have ever done. 4 hours, starting at noon, running till 4 p.m. Okay? So you see what I'm saying? Since I'm putting this much effort into Smart Guys, I seriously hope people will show up, engage, and support with that super stream, and that it will do well. If it does well, we have 5 more packs of cards to open. That's right, we have 5 more packs over there. So depending on every $100 level of support, I'll open a new pack of WWE Topps cards. Okay? And let's see how it goes. And no, there's no drama tomorrow at all. Tomorrow is going to just be discussing WrestleMania. That's it. No drama whatsoever on the show. Just wrestling talk, okay? And for the record, that's how I am planning on conducting the show moving forward, unless there's a reason. Like, let's say...
unless there's a reason. Like, you know, if... Oh, Joe P's still alive. Time for some more drama.
I have a special new co-host on 1 week as a co-host of Smart Guys, and it's someone who we have interesting stuff to talk about. Then maybe the first hour of the show would be that, and then the second half would be wrestling commentary. But moving forward, I'm planning on not having drama anymore. I just want it to be about wrestling, okay? So there you go. All right. So that's tomorrow. I hope all of you will join me on a bridge podcast here, but then head over to watch the Smart Guys WrestleMania Super Show. And hopefully it goes well. And if it does, it'll determine the future. You know, I'll say this. If it goes well tomorrow, I will not do another show on Thursday. We'll wait, and it'll be the week after. That will kind of do the next episode of Smart Guys.
So here's Phil. I think Phil should fucking make Smart Guys once a week is fucking crap. Smart Guys in general is fucking crap. But I think Phil would be better off just fucking doing like Smart Guys once a month. That way, he can just summarise what's happened within that month of fucking wrestling in between pay-per-views or whatever. Save your Smart Guys for after the most recent pay-per-view, Phil. And that way you can summarise everything that fucking led up to that fucking month of, like, you know, and just say, well, this sort of storyline got hashed out here or whatever, and here, just do it monthly, Phil. You don't really have the passion or the knowledge to fucking do it weekly. Drama has carried Smart Guys, Phil.
And I'll have to determine, do I want it to just be about the post-WrestleMania Raw and SmackDown, or do I want it to be about, maybe I'll watch some AEW and see how they're trying to compete. We'll see. We'll think about it, okay? Okay. Good stuff. All right, so anyway, Thursday...
Was that a strange applause? It wasn't really... Hold on.
We'll see. We'll think about it.
Like, look at this applause. It's like... He does it over a closed hand.
Okay? Okay.
Wait for it. Well, you can't really see his hand. It sounds like a closed... You know.
Good stuff.
Well, yeah, it's applause. It's applause. Fuck it.
Burger.
There you go. Take it off.
All right, so anyway, Thursday went really well. Incredibly well-supported day. I was off for 2 days. I'm back today. Today we've got Minecraft continuing. If you're not aware, in Minecraft, we have dug for the first time into the mines. We already found our first diamond, which is stupendous. We found tons of redstone. We found a bunch of iron. What we got to do today is figure out what I want to do next. Okay? We got to figure out, do we want to keep digging? Do we want to go out and try to find more livestock? Do I eventually want to just figure out how to farm? I'm honestly not sure what I want to do yet. Okay, we'll talk about it today, what you guys think is best. We were doing well mining, and maybe we should just continue with that and keep looking for more diamond today, because we were actually going well. We found our first cave, we fought a bunch of monsters, we found some diamonds, so maybe we continue with that effort. I don't know. We'll talk about it, okay? But anyway, it should be chill, relaxing, fun, and then tonight on the late stream, the continuation of Disco Elysium, our weekly stream of that game, which regularly does not get high attendance, does not get much engagement, but for some reason hits the support goal every time we play it. So we're going to continue on. Last time we had major story developments. We were able to finally investigate the dead body, and we actually moved on to the second day, and now we're doing more investigations and things like that, okay? So, it should be a good streaming day overall. Now, how are we doing? We're at 25 out of 30 goals hit. That's right, we are halfway to our next celebratory milestone reward. When we hit 30 goals of support hit, we're going to be doing another DSP Tries It. But what one? I'll tell you what.
Bacon.
It's either going to be Wendy's,
More
and the
bacon.
Wendy's menu is their brand new chicken sandwich, their brand new tangerine lemonade, and a frosty variation. Apparently they have 3 new frosties. I think one is like fudge brownie, one is strawberry, and one is like caramel. So I'll get one of those, okay? So that's one thing. Or we can get stuff from Chipotle, and Chipotle I've never done for DSP Tries It before. So it'd be completely new. It could be a burrito, it could be a bowl, it could be tacos, it could be quesadillas. They have all of that stuff. Or my wife actually told me there's something new that apparently, let me look it up right now, that apparently Jersey Mike's has added a new spring chicken salad. So I could do Jersey Mike's as well and try a few subs. But they just added that to their menu. It's not limited time. So I was thinking if we're going to do that, maybe we should do that in the future because the Wendy stuff is limited time. Obviously, Chipotle isn't limited time. It's just normal menu stuff. But Chipotle actually has a new kind of chicken called like honey Chipotle chicken or something. So they have something new to try too. All right. So no matter where we go, there's going to be something new. Okay. So what do you want? We did a poll the other day between Wendy's and Chipotle. On one side of things, I think it was on the YouTube side of things, I think Chipotle won. And on the Kick side of things, Wendy's won. So because of that, it's hard to figure out what to do. You know, it seems like the audience is split. To be honest, maybe it doesn't matter what order we do it because we still have the 30 goal milestone and the 40 goal milestone. Okay? And
Who fucking
those are before the 50.
cares?
The 50 goal will be a marathon instead of a DSP Tries It. So maybe it's just a matter of order. Maybe when we hit 30, we do Wendy's or Chipotle. When we hit 40, we do the other one that we didn't do yet. That could work. Okay? So let's get it going. Let's get the momentum rolling today, and let's hit the goal on the stream so we can get to 26 and another day closer to hitting that goal and doing a DSP Tries It this week, okay? All right, so let's get started by shouting out some of the support that I've received this morning. Let's start with these couple of tips, and then we'll move on to YouTube side of stuff. So far, nothing on the Kick side. It would be great if we could get some Kick support. Looks like we start off with an anonymous $1.11 tip. There was no message attached to that one. So whoever that was, thank you for the $1.11.
I just love how quickly he abandoned that fucking cologne goal. You know, it's like, guys, instead of me reviewing fast food, I get to review all these colognes. And that way I can fucking buy all these colognes and use it as a fucking tax write-off. And everyone's like, Phil, that idea's fucking crap. Like, you're just larpers and trolls. You're not really fucking, you're not my meaningful audience. Oh, it was a fucking shit idea. It was garbage. Like, what are you gonna me look at you. I don't fucking look at Phil Burnell and think, wow, he fucking knows how to fucking present himself and can make himself look good and smell good. Nah, Phil, you're not some sort of fucking celebrity, Phil. No, it doesn't work on you.
Okay, and then there was a second $1.11 tip that also has no message. Okay, 2 tips with no message in them, but they're both $1.11.
I imagine they're from the same person as well. In fact, Phil can probably tell if they're from the same person or not, because he gets to see that information.
Felted Fruit Newton just did a highlighted message using their channel points on Kick. Says, I'm doing my part. Well, thank you for watching. Felted Fruit Newton. Engagement is important. So your views do help on Kick. They actually do. Legit, they do. So thank you for that. Keep in mind, I'm a Kick partner now. So views actually help me on Kick. They do. Okay. So on the YouTube side of stuff, let's get started here. So the first contribution was from DH1. It was a $10 super chat talking about why I didn't have Easter off. I'm pretty sure I've already talked about this. Okay? Holidays are just semantics. You know what I'm saying? A holiday can be celebrated whenever you want, whenever you have the time to. As long as you actually are taking the time out to celebrate whatever it may be, then you're all good. Doesn't matter.
Hey guys, I forgot to celebrate Halloween last year. Can't celebrate it now. Thanks.
That I don't have Easter off when I just spent a whole bunch of time with my wife to celebrate our anniversary and more. It's all good. Okay, so no worries there, and thank you for that. And then DH1 actually became a member of the channel. So thank you, DH1, for joining. That does count towards our member goals here. Yes, it does. So let's get on the leaderboard. A membership on YouTube counts as $3, so thank you so much for that. Then Jalen did a $2 super chat and says, I love the stream, Phil. Well, thank you, Jalen. I'm glad that you love the stream. Thanks for coming by and supporting.
Who fucking cares?
I received an anonymous $2.54 tip. No message attached to that one. Thank you for that.
Yes, that's true.
Cool. So far, none of the tips have messages. I hope that that's not a glitch or something. All 3 tips that came through didn't have a message.
I mean, the tips I've received today have all had messages because people fucking just love abusing text-to-fucking speech. But there you go.
Attached. Remember, if you'd like to say something in a tip, in the body of the tip, you know, the message you send with said tip, please put, your name that you want to go by and your message, and I'll read it out loud.
I guess my audience are more intelligent than Phil's audience because they don't fucking know how to add messages to their fucking tips. You know? But then again, it's not exactly a high fucking bar that Phil's audience fucking sets for intelligent levels.
Hopefully this is not some kind of a new glitch or error, and now there's no messages attaching to tips. You know, that would suck if that's the case. Hopefully not. Okay. All right, that's where we're at so far. Now, it would be great. We already got some tips. We already got a super chat or two, and we already got a membership. It would be great if we could get some support going over on Kick this morning. Maybe our first sub of the day would be nice. Who'd like to become a sub or get the sub over on Kick to get that momentum going? And of course, who would like to become the top tipper? It would be $2.55 to do that. Who would like to become the top super chatter? You need to top $10. Let's get some new people on the leaderboard there, right? Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. They changed it. My fault. They changed it. There is messages in the body of these tips. They moved it now, and it's in a different section, and I just found it.
Dumbass. You're a dumb bastard.
So my apologies to the two $1.11 tippers and the $2.54 tipper. I missed your messages, but I just scrolled down. If they changed the format now, it is in there.
Are you going to fucking read them then?
All right, so now I can read this message from the 420 tipper. My bad. They changed it on my day off.
Read all the fucking messages, Phil.
Okay. Okay, 1 second. Because I want to play animation, a 420 animation. By the way, Firefighter over on Kick, thanks for a highlighted message. He says, we love the content. I'm glad that you do. Thank you, Firefighter, for watching on Kick. Again, the engagement.
Who fucking cares?
All right, so this 420 tip is from all people, Poopy Head. What would your rapper name be? What would you make? What forget it. Something about a metal.
What fucking, what, imagine that. What would your rapper name be? And then Phil just fucking spit some mad shit there. Fucking talking in fucking like tongues or whatever there. What would your rapper name be? What? Wait, what?
Poopy Head. What would your rapper name be? What would you make? What forget it.
Jesus, man. What would your rapper name be? Oh, fucking, like, what would Phil's rapper name be? That's a fucking question right there. What would Phil's rapper name be? It's a tough one, you know? MC MacBeggar, Little Snorty, Little Piggy the Rent in Disgrace, MC Beggar, Little Gaunt, Mixed Snorts, Notorious P.I.G. You stole that from Pixar. You stole that from Pixar. Pitmaster P, MC Gout, Piggy Gouts, Notorious B.E.G. Third drinks a lot. There we go, some robust names in there indeed. Oh hell. Easy E Beggar. There we go. I've actually tried to fucking, like, you know how King of Rings coming up? I have attempted to write something for it, you know? I'm not sure if it's going to come to fruition or not. Like, these days I find it very hard to kind of come up with some good detractor song stuff, you know what I mean? That's why I stopped doing it. I stopped doing it because I just fucking didn't have the ability to fucking do it anymore, I felt like, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to come up with a couple of other things, you know? Like, but I'm not sure if it's going to come to fruition or not, you know? There might be an entry from me for kind of thing, but I need to see if I can flesh this out and kind of expand on what I've got, you know? But it's just... currently I'm not feeling it, you know? Aye. But we'll have to wait and see if that happens, however. Pedro Emo says that era of the tractor songs is over. I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't say... to me, it gets better and better. You know? The things that the people are doing, you know, like Wolverine Doll, Bob Starsky and all that shit, you know, Meerkat as well, still crushing or whatever, even Darkseid the Flow, they're still really doing good stuff, you know what I mean? For me, like, I'll say I'll do something for a while and I just kind of ran out of ideas. And there is a danger of AI taking over. AI taking over, you know, when it's done right, AI, the tractor songs are pretty good, but at the same time, it's like, you kind of lose a bit of originality in it as well, it feels like sometimes. But yeah, there's still some great ones. The one I've done with that collaboration with Bob Starsky, Wolverine Doll, Darkseid the Drill. It's actually, can I see it here? Hold on 2 seconds. Yeah, Goutcast. It is there. I scrolled down my fucking YouTube, and lo and behold, I fucking see it there. This shit. So yeah, that, you know, this one here, this shit here. This is the last thing I did. You know, in terms of like the tractor music. Trying to, you know, because to me it's hard to come up with some good shit sometimes, you know what I mean, like lyrically, you know. But this is the last thing I was involved in, which is a very good thing. That is a very good way for me to bow out from doing like the tractor song stuff by being involved in this incredibly robust project, you know. But yeah, I'm not going to play it now. Don't worry, I'm not going to play it now. But if you have not seen Goutcast yet, this was made 8 months ago. Jesus Christ, it was 8 months ago. It doesn't feel as long as that. Yeah, Darcy the Drill, Wolverine Doll, Bob Starsky and myself. It was organised by Bob Starsky. He was the organiser of it all, you know what I mean? And yeah, that was my last musical involvement in the tracks or songs or whatever. Since then, I've not been able to do a single thing, but yeah. But that's just me though, of course, obviously, you know what I mean? Other people have been able to make incredible stuff, and I am really looking forward to Chicken and Ring this year. It is always fucking hitting really well. And they're gonna have their own category, I think, for AI stuff, isn't they? You know, so it's not like the AI stuff's gonna fucking win overall. They'll have their own AI category and non-AI category.
Something about a metal rod going up my ass. I'm not putting Poopy Head on the leaderboard either.
Wait. I need context. Something about a metal rod going up your ass, Phil. What did I pause on?
Content. I'm glad that you do. Thank you, Firefighter, for watching on Kick. Again, the engagement actually helps me on Kick, so thank you for that. All right. So this 420 tip is from all people. Poopy Head. What would your rapper name be? What would you make? What? Forget it. Something about a metal rod going up my ass. I'm not putting Poopy Head on the leaderboard either. I'm just gonna say anonymous.
Well, that is not fair. Justice for Poopy Head.
We already talked about this, and my rapper name is Philly Blunt. Okay, that'll be my name, Philly Blunt.
That is fucking pathetic as a rapper name.
Okay, so thank you. We're now at 23 bucks for support and climbing. Again, my apologies to the early tippers. I didn't see your messages, so I couldn't shout them out. However, now when people tip, I know that I need to scroll down, and they've changed it. Your message is now in a different section of the tip notification, and I can shout it out moving forward. So 3 people got screwed, and I'm sorry for that. I don't know why PayPal changed it, but now I see where it is. Okay, I should get it right moving forward now. Okay.
We have a free space for the begs. So I think we're 2 away from a full house. I might be wrong here, so hold up. So we have a free space for the begs as well. So how many have we got left? So that is our 9th free space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. We've won. Wait. We've won. No, hold on. Let's just make sure. The memberships were 6. The snorts were 7, the likes were 8. Yeah, we've won. That's us won. Just like that out of nowhere.
Burger. Full house. Oh boy, how exciting. Anyway,
I didn't realise we'd won, but there you fucking go. We fucking won. There we go. Happy days indeed. We've won bingo. The bingo prize fund goes up in our 10 buckaroos to 379. Excellent stuff indeed. And that means we're free from the bad man. For anyone that saw anything from the future, you know, there are some people that keep an eye on current Phil. Is there any gold dust to be gained from this? Is there anything good coming up or whatever? Like, will we have a wee bit of, you know, we got a wee bit of time to kind of enjoy just floating about and whatever. We can go straight to whatever, you know, is relevant to whatever. Is there anything good? We avoided a Nintendo rant. If you know when that is, I'll be happy to go to it. You know, so I don't mind, you know, skipping ahead to it. I don't, you know, fucking Nintendo rant. Is this? I assume Nintendo rant is going to come up when he's. Where is it? Is it going to be part of his news segment or whatever? Has he got a news segment? Oh god, yeah, I found it. Yep. So round about here, I guess. Him bitching and whining about Nintendo. Hold on. Let's just play it from here then and see what's happening.
Rowling isn't anti-trans. She doesn't think trans females are the same as biological females. It's common sense. I'm not here to argue that. I don't give a shit. Nobody cares. You do realize?
Wait. I need to read this for full context. Phil saying nobody cares about what? But about the trans stuff?
Haircuts are coming up. Okay?
Haircuts like the guys. Good news. Phil's going to get his haircut soon with Kat. Haircuts are coming up. We can all stop worrying about the state of Phil Burnell's hair. Haircuts are coming up. They're on the horizon.
Been busy stuff going on. We haven't had a chance to do it. I think I'm getting my haircut soon. And by the way, I want my haircut short for the spring and summer. You know, the warmer it gets, the nicer it is when my hair is nice and short. So I will be getting a haircut soon. Okay?
Who fucking cares?
I got a $2 tip. I wanted to clarify that J.K. Rowling isn't anti-trans. She doesn't think trans females are the same as biological females. It's common sense. I'm not here to argue that. I don't give a shit. Nobody cares. You do realize no one cares, right? Like, ultimately, that's the truth. No one really gives a shit. It's just a bunch of fucking idiots on the internet arguing about this, and it doesn't matter. Okay.
I mean, matters for some people, Phil, but as long as it doesn't affect you, I guess that's perfectly okay. You know, Jesus, man, yeah.
All right, guys, so we're up to 30 bucks of support so far. We got some tips, we got some super chats, we got 1 member. No subs. Let's get some subs over on Kick. Let's get that momentum going. Come on, let's do it.
Stop.
Shall we do it? Come on.
Who fucking cares?
Nintendo
Let's
Rant
get
coming
that
up.
support rolling. All right, let's talk about the 2 topics that I want to talk about today. First off,
Actually, we don't even need to watch it in this particular. I mean, hold on, 2 seconds. We'll go full screen for this, and we'll hide again raw fill chat, so it's a bit distracting sometimes. Yeah, we'll just watch this in full screen since we can. Let's see how bad this Nintendo Rant is.
it has been made official. Pre-orders for the Switch 2 will take place. It's weird. April 24th, but not really. Okay, it's midnight Eastern time, April 24th, which means 9 p.m. my time, April 23rd, which is actually Wednesday. So what that means is that during my late night stream of Lego building of the Piranha plant at 9 p.m., excuse me, I'm going to try to get this console. All right, you can pre-order it at Best Buy, GameStop, Target, and Walmart. Currently, Amazon doesn't have a formal page for it, but I'm going to show you in a second. There is a page for it that people found and think that it's the placeholder, so maybe Amazon will have it too.
Jesus Christ, who cares?
But apparently, this is when the whole thing is going to be available for pre-order. All right? What I'm going to do is thus. I am ahead of time going to make sure that I have accounts set up on these businesses, except GameStop. Why? Because GameStop is doing it differently. They're not doing it till 11 a.m. the next day, and they're doing in-person pre-orders where you have to line up outside the store, which is really weird. They're doing other pre-orders. I'm just not doing it that way. Okay? I'm not. All right? I'm going to attempt to get it through one of these other retailers. I'm going to have accounts set up with payment information already ahead of time. Okay? So, knowing that, hopefully, I'll be able to get in on one of these retailers. Probably at like 8:58, 8:59, I'll start refreshing pages to try to find out which retailer's page will launch first. Get in, add to cart, pre-order, check out, go. Will I get one on Wednesday night? Well, you'll find out live as I attempt to do this on the stream. Okay? So, first off, here is the Amazon page. Okay? And people found it. It says placeholder console 2, Nintendo Switch, currently unavailable.
Oh, Phil, you doxed yourself again. Delivering to Kent 98042. You doxed yourself again, Philly boy.
All right? People found it, and it's not, obviously it's not live yet, but people are assuming this is the page for the Switch 2 on Amazon. It's just not there yet. Okay? But each business has their own placeholder page. Here's Best Buy's. See? And there's your pricing. Here's Target. See?
Who fucking
Walmart.
cares?
I just love how he thinks he's being super like robust and meaningful right now. Look at me waving my mouse across the screen to demonstrate where it all is. Like, Phil, fuck off. You could literally use your hands, for God's sake, just to fucking show to the audience because you're on this. Oh, for God's sake, fuck off. I hope this is a good rant.
They're saying they'll deliver by 9 a.m. on launch day, which is kind of interesting. So there you go. So it's going to be interesting. Oops, I'm going to show you that in a second, actually, because that's the next story. Will I be able to get a Switch 2?
Oh, the next story? What's the next story?
So it's going to be interesting.
Oh, the Amiibos. Oh, wait. Is that when the rant comes, Sonny? Is his rant? Oh, God, as well. Yeah, because he tweeted about that. Yeah, he was tweeting about the fucking Amiibos, not shit. Well, that's shit. He's fucking bitching and whining more about the fucking state of Amiibos and all that. Oh, what's he fucking saying here? Does he know Sexy Pigeon 87 by any chance? Our review for WrestleMania 41 Night 1, 15 minutes until showtime. And he responded to that primo review. But yeah, this is what he's fucking spurging about Amiibos. You'd have to be mentally unstable to buy these. These will sell out guaranteed. And then he made the same tweet here for this one. You'd have to be mentally unstable to admit why bother lol. And it's like, it's ironic he of all fucking people says that when he filled his entire fucking Connecticut snort fort up with all these fucking statues. So I think I'm going to skip forward. Can I skip forward to the Amiibo story?
Accessory prices have been increased, including, take a look at this, how insane this is, all right? These are the new Amiibos that are coming out along with the launch of the Switch 2. $40 for the Kimberly Amiibo. $40 for the Luke Amiibo. $40 for the Jamie Amiibo. You do realize these Amiibos are tiny little figures that are made of plastic, and they don't actually do anything. For example, I had the Wolf Link Amiibo from Twilight Princess, and if you put it onto your Wii U pad, it would give you meat in Zelda. That's it. That's all it did. These Street Fighter amiibos, I believe, all they do is they do something to do with your avatar in the single player part of Street Fighter 6. They don't give you any kind of competitive advantage in the game. They don't give you anything of value. Okay? So, are you going to pay?
It's an excellent fucking point here. Phil has spent hundreds and thousands of fucking dollars on fucking wrestling JPEG games. Whether you're fucking talking about current Phil or even past Phil, where fucking his addiction to fucking, what do you call it, Supercard. You know what I mean? But he's having to fucking go at other fucking people who spend money on amiibos. Like, Phil calls this stupid, but other people would fucking call him stupid for fucking wailing away in fucking things like WWE Supercard and WWE Champions.
It's much. Here's the other new ones. The Zelda ones are $30, as you can see. Sidon, Riju, Yunobo, and Tulin. Those are the 4 heroes of Breath of the Wild. Which is hilarious that they were completely forgotten about and written out of the sequel. I found that hilarious. Yeah, so $30 each. What will they do? Who knows? Probably give you like some arrows or something. What do you need them for? You don't. They don't do anything. Okay? They're not statues. They're not high quality. They're tiny figurines. Do you believe me? Do you need to show you?
Oh, God. What's he going to do? Show off his fucking bigger figurine? This is more meaningful.
This is an amiibo.
No.
It's a tiny little plastic figurine. Okay? Now, it does scan into your Switch using a chip that's in the base. This is it. This is all it is. It's not super high quality. It's okay. It's decent, I would argue. But does this look like it's worth $40? You want to know the truth? This isn't even worth $5. This probably takes 50 cents to manufacture. Over in China, by the way. Made in China.
Of course, Phil. Maybe that's why it's so expensive, Phil, because of the tariffs. You never thought about that?
Yep, says right on the bottom, made in China. Which is why the prices are skyrocketing on amiibos because of the tariffs.
Yay! And if we were still playing bingo, that would have been a politics square right there.
That we now have in the United States. $40 for an amiibo that takes 50 cents to manufacture. Seriously. The tariffs. You know what I find really funny? Nintendo manufacturing stuff in China. Are you aware?
Why is that funny? They're a Japanese company. China's not far off from them. I mean, Phil, why is it funny for Japan to, a Japanese company to use China to manufacture all their shit? Well, not all their shit, obviously, but some of their shit. You know what I find even fucking funnier? Like, as a certain, like, is like fucking like 20% or 25% of the products in Trump's own fucking store. Trump's got his own fucking little merchandise store or whatever. 25% of the products, whatever, is like fucking made in China. So does that mean Trump's gonna have to fucking charge tariffs to himself to fucking get his own fucking shit made for him? For his fucking store? Like, I don't know. It's a weird one. You know what I mean? But it's a certain irony there.
The longest time, China and Japan were like heated enemies in history. These companies absolutely hated each other. And now, Nintendo, who claims that everything they make is better than everyone else's stuff, that they are...
Well, that was history, for fuck's sake. Yeah, things change over fucking time. Yeah, people used to fucking hate this other fucking country. Yeah, I felt that's called history. Times change over fucking history. There was fucking times when, you know, oh, this country is war, this other country, you know? Oh, America and England, those guys used to be at war as well, you know? Oh yeah, what about fucking yeah, don't mention the war, you know, don't mention the war, don't mention the fucking yeah. It's like, wow. Phil, just current day. The fighting's over, the conflict's over, and I guess they fucking managed to fucking break bed and managed to come to an agreement for these, you know, certain things to get made in China with Nintendo's approval. It's a bizarre fucking take, Phil, it really is. And Diablo says also China makes the chips that are in most phones, or the chips that are, yeah, for sure. It's like, yeah, it's a weird... As I said, I'm so surprised. Like, if China really wanted to fuck up Trump's plan, they could just fucking say, you know what, fuck it, you're not getting anything anymore. All these 80% of the fucking, like, rare earth minerals or whatever, not shit apparently, it goes to fucking America. Or America get 80% of their fucking shit from China. For that rare earth mineral crap or whatever. That's why they wanted to fucking do an agreement with Ukraine. To get their fucking rare earth minerals, I don't know. Not to get fucking too political or anything, but it feels like Trump overplayed his hand a bit, you know what I mean? And China could really come, you know, China could make things more awkward if they wanted to.
culturally superior, that, you know what I'm saying, they're xenophobic, that now they manufacture all their shit in China.
I want to rewind that just so we can get the full context of this fucking clip here.
The terrorists.
Full context. I'm not going to pause it. We need full
You know what I
context.
find really funny?
Here we go.
Nintendo manufacturing stuff in China. Are you aware that for the longest time, China and Japan were like heated enemies in history? These companies absolutely hated each other. And now Nintendo, who claims that everything they make is better than everyone else's stuff, that they are, you know, culturally superior, that, you know what I'm saying, they're xenophobic, that now they manufacture all their shit in China. That's just funny as hell to me. Anyway.
Why is it funny? I don't understand why I think it's so funny. Why is it so funny? I don't know. It's a weird one. Also, because that Amiibo is made in China, Nintendo apparently have everything made in China. One thing from Nintendo was made in China, so Phil assumes everything from Nintendo is made in China.
So, yeah, that's not worth $40. That's not worth $30.
Your streams are not worth $150 fucking dollars to fucking make you happy.
I would argue that's where I would probably pay $5 and be like, okay, that's worth $5. This is like a knick-knack you would buy when you're at like on a vacation. Like you go to Disneyland and you go to their souvenir shop and you buy a little figurine. But when you're at Disneyland, okay, you're getting a souvenir of your trip. Like it's supposed to be like, oh, I went to Disneyland and I bought this figure of Mickey, and whenever I look at it now, it reminds me of this awesome trip I had to Disneyland with my family or my friends or my significant other. That's the significance of buying a souvenir. This is not a souvenir. This is a figure that Nintendo is making 70,000% profit off of because you're an idiot. Okay? They laugh at you behind your back when you buy this. Make this clear. Do you really think that the people at Nintendo of Japan think that this is a good investment or has any actual value to the consumer? No.
Well, what about your fucking shitty fucking content? No, you're fucking charging your fucking audience $300 per fucking day. They fucking hit some random arbitrary fucking goal, and you don't fucking hit them, you fucking guilt trip them up to fucking high hell. I say, guys, we need to fucking do better. Like, Phil, your shit is not worth $300 a day. You don't fucking have the right to fucking sit there and say that other people are ripping off consumers when you rip off your own audience on a fucking regular basis.
You know what they say? Oh, let's get our happy fun money today. Our zany, you know, our zany fantasy money from stupid idiots. Let's sell these little figures that have no value and watch the profits roll in because they're so stupid. No, I didn't buy this. This came for free with the Wii U version of Twilight Princess many years ago. I did not buy this. I've never bought an Amiibo, and I never will. They're completely worthless. Like
the ironic thing is, obviously, people buy Amiibos when people want an Amiibo and buy an Amiibo, they're getting a physical product out of it. They get something for their money. Phil charges his audience $150 per stream, you know, and like he gives them nothing back. Well, that's not a lie. After 10 streams of that support, he will reward them by stuffing his face full of food on camera. Isn't that wholesome for his audience? But they have to wait 10 times though. $1,500 to watch Phil Burnell stuff his face full of fast food. Isn't that a more meaningful reward than a $40 Amiibo?
I can see, all right, my absolute favorite character of all time is Kirby. So I went and I bought the Kirby Amiibo, and I have a collectible in my room, or I have a setup, and I put it behind me in my setup, and that's, you know, okay, you bought the one. All right, that kind of makes sense. Maybe if you play Street Fighter 6, your favorite character is Jamie, and it's the only character you play, and you want to have a little collectible of Jamie, and you spend $40 on that collectible. All right, maybe that makes sense, but make no mistake, those Amiibos will sell out. Those Amiibos will 100% be sold the fuck out the moment they go on sale.
Well, basically, so does that make Nintendo bad because there's a fucking demand, there's a marketable demand, and they're answering the fucking demand from consumers by providing them with a product they want to buy? Phil seems pissed off at capitalism.
Idiots will run and spend $40 fucking on a tiny little figurine like this. It's just, it's a weird thing going on in human culture right now. Anything collectible is overpriced. I talk about it on...
Human culture, as opposed to what? As opposed to what? Elephant culture? Whale culture? Wolverine culture? I mean, human culture, though.
It's just, it's a weird thing going on in human culture right now. Anything collectible is overpriced. I talked about it on Smart Guys the other night, that the WWE cards, you know, that I have over there...
I mean, the ones you charge $100 per pack to open.
It costs $70 a box now, $10 a pack. That means $250 a card.
$10 a pack. He charges his audience $100 to open a pack, but it costs him $10 per pack, and he couldn't make up. So he charges his audience $100 to open a pack. but it costs him $10 per pack. He's making $90 profit per pack opening. And he thinks he's getting ripped off in that situation. What about your fans, Phil, who give you the fucking money in the first place? You couldn't write it, man. The lack of awareness from Phil here is just insane. It really is. Oh god. I had 3 days off from this bad man. I had 3 blissful fucking Phil-free days. Sure, I try to kind of dabble in a bit, you know, I've seen a little bit of that being said on Saturday, for example. I've seen a wee thing here, a wee thing. But for the most part, though, I ignored DSP. I just chilled the fuck out from DSP. I was quite happy to fucking have a free fucking day break from Phil Burnell. It was great. And you kind of forget just how fucking hypocritical he is at times, man. It's just unbelievable. It really is. I want to hear that again. I want to hear Phil complain again about how he makes $90 profit on this thing and admits it to his audience, and yet he feels ripped off.
Figurine like this. It's a weird thing going on in human culture right now. Anything collectible is overpriced. I talked about it on Smart Guys the other night, that the WWE cards, you know, that I have over there, they cost $70 a box now, $10 a pack. That means $250 a card. Bruh. It's a piece of cardboard. It's not even like a figurine that has value. It's a piece of cardboard, $250. It's weird. I don't know what's going on. And the thing is, again, just like we were talking about the pendulum swinging back and forth, this changes in human culture. Sometimes collectibles like this are very valuable. Right now, they're at an all-time high, and sometimes they just completely die out. For example, in the 90s, all collectibles were super expensive. Cards, comic books, figurines, remember troll dolls, or wishnicks they were called in some cases, Cabbage Patch Kids, remember Tickle Me Elmo? Remember all that shit? And then you remember in the 2000s, the whole market... Oh, Beanie Babies. Anyone remember Beanie Babies and how they were valuable? And then in the 2000s, the market crashed. And all of the physical collectible stuff was worth absolutely nothing. It all just went to flea markets. People were trying to sell it on eBay at pennies on the dollar. No one could make their money back because no one wanted it. And now here we are, 20 years later, and human culture has flipped again, and now everyone wants this knick-knack tchotchke shit again. For some bizarre fucking reason. I don't get it. And then what'll happen is it'll change again. It will. It will flip again. Within another 10, 15 years, none of this will matter. You'll see stacks of these piled up somewhere. No one will care about it. It's just very, very odd human nature. It really is.
What a fucking horrible rant that was. Jesus fuck me, man. Oh wait, I got my own Jesus soundboard button when I need to see Jesus.
Jesus! Well,
I might need to lower that.
Up again. I'm gonna have to brush it. I don't know what's... Yeah, look.
Who cares what a fucking shit here? I might need to lower that Jesus. Is that Jesus a bit too loud, guys? Do I need to lower that Jesus? I will amend the volume. Most of my soundboard stuff is okay volume-wise, but I feel that one's particularly fucking loud. So I feel like I should really, you know, say. Let me go with 50%. Hold on, 2 seconds. This is 50% Jesus. It sounds like, you know, here's half of Jesus, okay? Half of Jesus.
Jesus!
There you go. That's definitely fucking better. Fuck me, man. I think that's an improvement. Okay, so there we go. I do apologise for the Jesus being too. It is new. To be fair, I added it before stream. Before streaming today, I added it today. So yeah, we got half of Jesus, but twice as much fun.
Our final story for today that I would like to cover. All right.
Do I care about this story, Phil?
So we talked about this last week.
No, I do not care about this whatsoever. Let's go live DSP and see how he's doing, shall we? Oh, he's not even there. Fantastic. This is Raw Phil's music playing in the background. I want to see. So Phil is on his break now. Phil has finished his podcast. So let's see. His top membership is still just 1 from DH1. I think he's got 1 kick sub as well. His top super chat will probably still be DH1 as well. Yes, it is. So Phil doesn't seem to have fantastic support today unless somebody's fucking weird in tips. Let's see. The top tip is guitar player. Oh, there we go. Phil got a fucking big massive tip then. 20 buckaroos, there you fucking go, ching-a-ling. Which means Phil's now got 57 buckaroos altogether. Ah, fuck me, man. Ah, Christ. As I said, I was planning to watch this video here before the bingo. It is a fascinating watch, okay, it really is. In fact, we could just watch it now, fuck it, you know. Did anyone remember? I can't believe this is fucking 2017. Okay, we're going to end the bingo with this, so I was planning to watch it today, and fuck it, we still will. We'll watch it today. Before I leave, you know what I mean. This is from 2017, and Phil announced to the internet that he has moved on from Liana and he has a new girlfriend. This is also around about the same time as the Escort saga stuff, round about similar sort of time frame. And yeah, on Bingo. We crushed Bingo. Yeah, but this video, if you've never seen this video before, it is quite interesting to see how Phil described what, like, yeah, it's just fascinating to me. It's a fascinating insight into how Phil describes the relationship and his plans going forward. This all ties into trying to save his own house. You know what I mean? Chris Dyson says, could you please link community post thing? I couldn't find it to sign up for this month's bingo. It's in the description. Like, this very stream right here, it's in a description. Like, it's there. I don't know how else further to explain that. Like, it's like, if I find... Like, 2 seconds, let me shut up for a second and, like, go to my own stream. Okay, so here's my stream here, you know, I got it on pause offside, but, description. The first link you see. So yeah, the very first link you see, please comment in the community post. If you want to be eligible to win bingo prizes, this is a community post right here. You click on this link, it takes you to the community post. And, but yeah, I will also throw it in the chat as well right now if people want it, so there we go. But yeah, that's, yeah, there we go. Good stuff indeed.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Warren for super chat who says peoples. I am very confused. did I say peoples or did Phil say peoples? Peoples. I'm very confused. This is a reference that's going well over my fucking head. But thank you very much for super chat, Warren. Yeah, I hope the son says peoples. But aye. In case people weren't aware, Warren had to get surgery in his eyes recently. You know, I think it was a cataract issue, or whatever. So yeah, blind bastard. So yeah, hopefully, yeah. But Warren is. I was thinking. I wasn't sure if Warren's just not seeing what he's fucking typing because he's a blind bastard right now. You know, sure. Aye. Oh, Jesus, man. Anyway, we have a wee bit of time before we should finish. You know, I mean, we started late, but we managed to get, you know, it was a easy finish. You know, mainly thanks to yeah, you've already got your own marble. Yeah, I can tell you right now. Actually, if I look to my list of marbles, yeah, I've got my list right here in front of me on my notepad file. Yes, you're on there already, Chris. Thanks. Your name is already on there. So yeah, good stuff indeed. Before we bugger off, this video to me is just fascinating because it's just Phil's explained to his audience that he has a new girlfriend in Cat, but no information was known. So the way he talks with her seems like it's very fucking fake.
I am dipshit Phil. Like this video and subscribe. Now, I have an announcement. Here's a special announcement that I have to make today. I didn't give any precursor to this. No one knew I was going to announce this today on stream. And
yes, I put it on 1.5 speed myself because why the fuck not? But this is good. Trust me.
Oh my dog! What's up?
And thank you very much to Warren again for super chats. You know, it says Phil doesn't like people watching his money. Why is he watching other people? That's a great point. Oh, did you try? Is that what you try and send before, but you accidentally sent a super chat earlier or something? I don't know. But it's a great point though. Phil Burnell is trying to tell other people what they should do with their fucking money. Like, it's not his fucking business. It never is his fucking business. Like I accept, like, Phil Burnell doesn't deserve a fucking penny from anyone, but I can accept that people will give him money regardless. And so in that regard, fucking just let us idiots fucking lose the money then. You know? It's going to happen anyway. But it's so weird for Phil to fucking be so angry about, like, what other people do with their fucking money. Like, just what the fuck, man. But anyway, this is... If you've never seen this before, this is Phil trying to explain to his audience and internet in general that he has a new girlfriend, but he's not going to tell you who she is or anything like that. Information very limited, but he'd quite fucking like it if he could get money to make sure the house is saved.
But I do have an announcement. You may be wondering, in particular right now, I mean, let's face it, right now I just revealed that I'm in kind of financial difficulties, right? Because of shit that's out of my control. You know, everything that you guys have done this year, your contributions have put me in a position where I was able to afford everything. And I was like, man, if I can just keep going how I'm going, I'm good, right? You know, I'm not gonna have any issues. And then, boom, this stupid tax issue comes up that I have nothing to do with, right? It sucks.
Now, in case you're wondering what the tax issue was, Phil wasn't paying estate taxes properly. So this stupid tax issue was Phil failing to understand that he was actually owed a lot more than he thought he owed. Like, he paid his normal taxes, you know what I mean? But he completely wasn't aware about state taxes. Which is the whole point of him moving there in the first place, by the way. He moved to Washington because he thought he wouldn't have to fucking pay state taxes.
And some people have questioned, well, gee, why would Phil be taking time off in early December when he knows what's going on? Now, in addition to that fact, all right, there's another reason why I'm taking this time off in December. In fact, there's been another reason why I've been taking off these periods of time since, the summer at these set intervals. And the reason is because I've been taking that time to spend some time with my girlfriend. And boom, immediately a bomb has been dropped. Everyone's probably like, oh, what the fuck? What? You're doing what? With who and how and what's what?
Who fucking cares?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I know many of you were surprised when I revealed to you what was going on with me back on Thanksgiving. All right, and you're like, how could Phil have kept that secret for 2.5 months and not talked about it, right? Well, I've had an even better kept secret. All right, I've had an even better kept secret this year. Is that basically since the summer, I've been seeing someone on and off, and it's certainly not as frequently as I would like, because as you guys know, my work schedule. I work my ass off, all right? And I'm here every single day, which means I get very little free time. The free time I get is in the middle of the night. Sorry. Most girls don't have the middle of the night to do stuff. They're asleep. You know what I mean?
That's trying to imply that most men are just awake at fucking like 4 AM because we don't sleep during the fucking middle of the night.
So, I've been dating someone for months, actually, and seeing her on and off, and I haven't had any consistent time to really, to spend with her, and it's really these times off that I've been taking, these breaks, where I get to spend some significant time with her, all right? And so, this coming break that I have scheduled, I'm going to be doing all kinds of Christmas stuff with my girlfriend, which means putting up a Christmas tree, decorating the house. As you guys know, I've already announced I'm going to go out, and I'm going to be looking for Christmas sweaters and Christmas liquor and all that kind of stuff, all right? So that's real. We're going to be doing all that stuff together. In fact, it was back in October that she was the person who I was going around with to all the Halloween stores, and she helped me pick out my Halloween costume at Tio Auditori. So, in a lot of ways, I actually owe the great pick of what that costume was to her, because she really helped me out. All right. Now,
oh, that was such a good snort. Oh my god, you cannot forget how fucking great Phil's snorts used to be. We need to make Phil's snorts great again. It's just that they don't hit the same as they fucking used to back in the fucking day, And yeah, you can definitely hear the swaying. Him fucking going back and forth away from the mic and to the mic and away to the mic. Yeah, we can definitely hear the fucking the swaying. But that snort was just they were so good back in the day. Phil's lost his fucking superpower of having incredibly ear-shattering snorts. Hear it one more time. Remember, this is at 1.5 speed. This snort.
The great pick of what that costume was to her, because she really helped me out. All right.
It's just so good.
Now, the one thing I'm going to say up front, folks, because I know there's a bombshell announcement. Oh my god! Immediately, the people who are watching the stream just for negative reasons, they're running to the fucking internet. They're scouring everything. Phil must have shown her in something. Phil must have mentioned her in something. Phil must have. No, I mean literally 100%. Okay, I have been leaving this as a secret on purpose because I knew that if I did announce it, months and months ago, that it would. Oh my god. There's a girlfriend, The other thing is, she's a person who very much does not want to have a public persona. Now, she knows who I am. She knows.
So this is a very strange thing for Phil to say, because Kat, remember when Kat was through living where she used to fucking live, she had her own channel, Chaos Realm. She had a fucking own gaming content channel. She was on Twitter, she had her internet presence, she was on, so she created fucking gaming videos online, probably inspired by fucking Phil, I guess. But yeah, she wasn't shy in doing this shit, and she seemed to enjoy it. And then Phil comes here and says that she has no desire to fucking do it, apparently. Which made people think that Phil was controlling her from not having an online presence.
Very much does not want to have a public persona. Now, she knows who I am. She knows I'm a YouTuber. She knows all about me, It's not like this was just someone that I met out of nowhere and she had no idea who I was or anything like that. She's very well aware of who I am and all of that.
but she does not want to be involved with all the online drama. She has no aspirations to go out and make, you know, a YouTube channel or a Twitch stream or anything like that. She doesn't want to have a public persona. She very much wants to have her own life outside of being a part of mine, all right? And that's why I have not mentioned anything up to this point, because I literally didn't want any idiot to try to go out there. I mean, just think about, folks. I mean, let's be honest.
This comes across as a sort of fucking thing you'd fucking hear from somebody in school, saying they fucking hooked up with some fucking hot chick on vacation, but it was a, oh, you wouldn't know her, she's not from around here. Yeah, we totally fucking hooked up for a brief little thing, and we had sex and everything, but you wouldn't know her, so you don't. I'm not going to tell you who she is, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's yeah, you don't know her. That kind of bullshit story you fucking heard in school from fucking people, you know?
Honest here. Think about my last relationship with Leanna, right? My ex. And how, you know, she did very much have a public persona. Everything she wanted to do her own YouTube channel. She had her own business online and everything. And just think, even though she never really exposed a lot of private stuff about her life, how much about her family and everything was thrown on the internet just because people could find out, right? I mean, we're at the point where my ex's brother was getting married, and I really quickly mentioned it in a video or a vlog earlier on in the year, letting everyone know that I might be attending the wedding later in the year. And then I never mentioned it again, all right, because of, you know, reasons. The fact that we were afraid that if we had gone, because that was the year that we had gotten swatted, okay? We were worried that if we went to this freaking wedding that some asshole would try to swat it, or they would otherwise do something to prank it and ruin this wedding, okay? And that's why we didn't go, and I never mentioned it, all right? I never mentioned it at all. Again, yeah, look what happened. People not only found out the date, the time, the location of the fucking wedding, they publicly posted it on the internet for people to say, oh, go ahead and troll it, and...
Well, that was information that was publicly available.
And on top of all that, then they spun it to say that I forcibly forced my ex to not attend this wedding so I could stay home and play Fallout 4 and make money.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened. Leanna couldn't fucking go home to her fucking brother's wedding because you were busy playing Fallout 4. That's a fact.
All of that was literally fabricated, right? So just think, based off a tiny bit of little real-world knowledge, right? What these fucking sicko people who fuck with me have done in the past. So learning from that past, all right?
So apparently what we fucking did was force Phil to stay home and force Phil to fucking keep Leanna there with him so she couldn't go to her brother's wedding. How did we force that? How did you just force that? No, Phil told the world what was fucking happening. The information was there for all to fucking find out. Nah, it's just, yeah. This is back in 2017. This fucking thing's from 2017. Jesus Christ, man. It blows my mind. This is 8 years old, this fucking video. But when was this exactly? Did we have, like... I can't remember exactly when it was. It doesn't say.
Learning from that past, I very much learned that this is something that I should keep to myself, all right? However, you know, being that some things have already come to light publicly, all right? The fact that you guys now know about my financial situation with this hack situation, okay? Because I revealed it on Thursday, a lot of questions have arisen. You know, one of the questions is, well, why is Phil taking this time off in December if he knows that he needs to make as much money as possible? And, you know, the answer here, quite frankly, is I already had scheduled this time to be with my girlfriend and do this holiday-themed stuff because there's no other opportunity to do it. You know, as you know, guys, as we get closer to Christmas and everything, everyone gets super busy. I'll be super busy. And
isn't it so nice? Like, when he wants his hole, he fucking takes time off from streams to fucking fly, you know, he'll take time out, he'll fly out to see this fucking random chick who becomes his wife eventually. He won't take time out though to fucking fly to Connecticut and see his fucking mother and father. He'll take time off and schedule time off and miss content being created even though he was at risk of losing his house here. Hashtag save the house. This is during the whole time when Phil was like, oh, I need to fucking save my house, guys. I got a fucking bad tax situation going on. Oh no, I might need to fucking move home, whatever. But he's like, I'm still going to fucking take time off and fucking fly out and just fucking try and woo this fucking random dented chick, this demon possessed fucker.
Evidently she's going to be super busy. So, you know, what we decided is let's you know, have a celebration earlier on in the month when both of us would have time to do it. And I actually scheduled it for this 1 week when there's no new releases, so it's perfect. Okay.
Spoiler alert as well, by the way, so at this time, Phil was single, ready to mingle. She was not. Kat Burnell, so Kat fucking Saint Jean, or whatever the fucking name was before marriage, she was in a relationship already with somebody else, living with another guy, while seeing Phil. So that was part of the reason as well why I fell on to fucking keep it super secret and not reveal who the fuck it was. Because she couldn't afford that to happen. But lo and behold, he eventually found out. And that's why Kat's fucking moving. It was hashtag save the house, and it was just, and Phil used that save the house fucking money that was given to him over fucking Christmas or whatever to move Kat in the following year.
So that's number one. But the other thing, folks, is that the question on everyone's mind, well, why does Phil still need this big house? Why does Phil need to stay in this house in Washington? That's beyond just what he needs, you know, as a person, and he's just standing on pride that he doesn't want to lose this house that he bought, and he doesn't. No, the bottom line is, folks, that, you know, I have a girlfriend who I've been dating for months, and we're both, you know, mature adults in the point that we have our own lives, but we've been talking about our future together. We've been talking about, gee, what would we like to do? Maybe eventually, if things keep going well, we'd like to move in together. I'm like, well, I got the perfect house for it. The problem is, I don't know if I can keep the house because of this bullshit with the taxes going on. And it fucking sucks because, really, honestly, you know, back in the summer before the tax issue arose and we started dating, you know, things were going great. And we were like, wow, this is amazing. If this keeps going this well, maybe we can move in together and, you know, we can do all this stuff. And then, boom, all of a sudden, you know, in September, October, the tax issue hits. And now it's like, now the future's completely fucking uncertain, right? It's garbage. It sucks. It fucking sucks, right? And already I see people saying silly stuff in the stream chat. Why doesn't she just move in and start hoping to pay the bill? Guys, I may not be able to have this house, all right, in 2018. I'm not gonna have someone move all their shit in and then have to move back out. You know, so that's the situation I'm in right now. Is I really have to fight as hard as I can for this house and keep it, not only for myself, all right, but for the potential future of, you know, a relationship that I've had now, you know, since the summer, and it's been going really well, and I want it to keep going well. But if I gotta move, right, if I have to sell this house and either get another place, or if I have to move, God forbid, I have to move back to Connecticut, that could be the end of it. See what I mean?
God forbid I might have to move back to Connecticut. Like, Phil, that was like the worst case scenario, Phil. Yeah, I might need to move house. Or, even worse, I might need to go back home. Oh, there we go. Sonny has a Pig Go, this clip particular. This is from November 27th, 2017. It was just after Thanksgiving. So Phil had just Thanksgiving, and Phil had his whole Thanksgiving fucking stream or whatever, and all that shit. And then he's like, oh, guys, I saved the house, and all that shit. So yeah, November 27th, 2017. It doesn't... I feel so... I mean, honestly, this button has never been more relevant for me.
Old bastard!
As applies to me, because this feels like it wasn't that long ago. Is there any other like long-term detractors here that have been around for like a decade plus that feels like Phil revealing Kat wasn't actually that long ago? It feels weird. Like I was around when fucking Leanna was like very much in the picture, and she was like a relevant part of Phil's content and all that shit. You know what I mean? It feels. It doesn't feel like it was like this is like 8 years ago. Almost, you know, it doesn't feel like it, for fuck's sake. So I feel like an extraordinarily old bastard for this fucking segment.
So there's even more at stake right now in regards to keeping this house than you guys have really known. Now you might be asking, well, why is Phil revealing this now? Well,
money.
Ever since I revealed on Thursday about what's going on with this house and everything, and the fact that the taxes are an issue and everything, obviously there's been all these questions about why do I need the house and stuff like that. But in addition, you know, I've been talking with her every day, and she's like, you know, I feel kind of isolated, even though she, like I said, she does not want a public persona. She does not want that. She at least feels that to know that if you guys knew that she existed, it would make more sense in the perspective, the big picture perspective.
Phil was about to say the word isolated there. You heard that, didn't you?
Oh, I feel kind of isolated, even though she, like I said, she does not want a public persona. She does not want that. She at least feels that to know that if you guys knew that she existed, it would make more sense in the perspective, the big picture perspective, right? Because now your kind of guys are finally kind of see the big picture for the first time ever, and now it's kind of pieces are kind of falling into place.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Warren for a super chat who says, P.S. Panda is not Asian. Oh god, that was incredible. You know, some people still don't think that was a real thing. Like, YouTube used to fucking have a thing where you can put annotations in the fucking corner and all that shit. And that was like hand on heart. That was the annotation that Phil fucking had on that YouTube video. Attention! Panda Lee is not Asian. That is all. And that was like, people thought the detractors put that in there themselves. No, that was Phil Burnell willingly choosing to put that annotation in his own video when he revealed that Liana was his girlfriend way fucking back when. And yeah, it's incredible. It really is. Current, you know, modern day YouTubers don't understand annotations were a thing. Oh, they don't know what it was like.
You know what I mean? It makes sense now. So now you're like, okay, I get it. So now Phil needs to keep the house because he's dating this girl he's been seeing. And obviously if he has to move, then he can't see the girl anymore. And also if he keeps the house, then maybe eventually, you know, they could be living in together and then they could, you know, both pay for the house. See? It makes sense now. And that's why she kind of wanted me to talk about it today, because it now makes everything kind of formulate into it makes sense.
So according to Phil's narrative, I want to hear this again. Phil's narrative was that if Kat told Phil, tell people I exist. That way, begging will be easier.
Oh my god! what's up?
Thank you, Sonny, for the super chat. It says, Warren and Kat is not pregnant. Oh, can you imagine? I wonder how often, like, can you imagine how often Kat is asked when she's expecting, and she's like, no, I'm not pregnant. I'm just fat. So yeah. Oh, my Astro says, so Phil's a homewrecker. Well, remember, it's a bit complex, because remember when Phil was on Side Scrollers and said that Kat had a restraining order against her ex? That ex was Superman, I believe. And so I believe that situation, like Phil, so she, yeah, it's a weird situation. So, I mean, technically Phil, that's what I'm saying, no. Superman was cucked by Phil Burnell. That is like a fucking, that is sinful, you know? But I feel like Phil exploited a mentally unstable fan and flew across the country to live with him. That is a fact. That's not me being mean. You know, Kat Burnell was not all there mentally. She has fucking history of this shit, you know what I mean? You know, and Phil's like, I know what I can do with you. Like, I'll save you. I'll be a knight in shining armour from this nefarious individual, and then he fucking forced her a fucking potato she couldn't fucking get to the house. Make her as undesirable as fucking possible and get a fucking ring in that fucking finger. She loves to cook. She loves to clean, apparently. She's a swimsuit model. Fuck off. What does fucking BBW stand for? Big beefy whore? She's not a swimsuit model. Grab the fucking harpoons. I don't know. Fuck me, man.
How it's kind of pieces are kind of fall into place. You know what I mean? It makes sense now. So now you're like, okay, I get it. So now Phil needs to keep the house because he's dating this girl he's been seeing. And obviously if he has to move, then he can't see the girl anymore. And also if he keeps the house, then maybe eventually, you know, they could be living in together. And
so according to Phil, it was Kat's idea for Phil to fucking reveal to his audience that, you know, he has seen her. That way it'll help with Phil's begging.
Then they could, you know, both pay for the house. See? It makes sense now. And that's why she kind of wanted me to talk about it today, because it now makes everything kind of formulate into it makes sense. And let's face it, she's kind of been a secret, and, you know, it kind of makes her feel a little bad, because when you're kept secret, right, it kind of means like, oh, she's the dirty little secret, you know? She's not. But at the same time, we didn't want to reveal anything until we were ready. So there you go. Now, by the way, no, you're not getting her name. You're getting no information about her whatsoever. Zero. Just what I've told you right now is all you're getting. Until maybe at some time in the future, things change and maybe we're in a better position. All right? You know, maybe, just maybe, if we can get out of this situation with the house, if I can pay all these stuff, somehow find a way to pay all these taxes, all right? Then in 2018, yeah, things could be potentially much better. And maybe if she moves in with me and we start a life together, all right, then okay, if she's here living with me, and obviously, you know, you're gonna see me during work hours or whatever, but of course maybe there'll be some vlogging and stuff that I start doing if she's here with me, like DSP tries it and stuff where she's gonna be in it, then it makes sense that, you know, yes, there may be more information revealed at a later date. But for now, none of that will be revealed. Nothing.
There you go. So that's what I was going to show you at the start of the stream. Yeah, it's a real incredible fucking blast in the past. Raw Phil, you know, so DSP Raw has these sort of fucking videos from time to time. They're fantastic fucking little, you know, blast in the past, little fucking trip down memory lane. But, you know, like, there's one here, you know what I mean? Like, some of these will do quite well for you, some of these won't, but it's always fascinating to me what happened with Phil back in the fucking day. Like, here's one here. I'm not going to play this one, you know what I mean? But it's just like Phil. This is up 2 weeks ago. This was uploaded, this one here. And Phil talked about getting 112 chargebacks from somebody called Mort in 2017. 112 chargebacks. The begging was off the charts that fucking day. Phil's like, I'm getting charged back by every single... Fucking me, man. It was credit. It was mental. Yeah, but yeah, I would recommend DSP Raw. It's a fucking great little challenge just to have these fucking old archive clips for, you know. So I was asking, what did you miss today? Bingo was easy, primarily because we had a bunch of gutted memberships. Sonny was able to come up with, you know, before we even begun Bingo, we had 6 free spaces. You know, and then Phil begged a lot. And before we knew it, we won Bingo very easily, and he had a Nintendo rant. He ranted about Amiibos again, so yeah. But anyway, I'm going to wrap things up there, I think, you know what I mean? I think we're just going to wrap it up there. So, what the hell's up with this thing? What the hell? Where's the authors? Well, there they are. There's the fucking authors right there. Good stuff indeed. What the fuck is this thing at the top of the screen? This shit's interfering with my author enjoyment. It is in the way. I'm quite, I can only see half my altars essentially. The Vancouver Aquarium better fix this so I can shit quick, I don't know. But anyway guys, I'm going to wrap up there. I do apologise once again for being off on Thursday. I do apologise, you know, I was drunk as fuck. Jesus, I drank so fucking much on Thursday. I mean, like, I mean, it started off simple enough, you know what I mean? Just a couple of beers, playing pool, playing snooker, whatever. And then, like, after a couple of hours, we're like, you know, should we keep going? And I was like, I don't mind if I fucking do. Went to this German fucking place for drink, you know, so I think it's called Bavarian Brauhaus in Glasgow. They fucking sell steins of fucking beer. I was like, yes, please, thank you very much. Nothing wrong with that. I had like fucking, I think I had almost 4 steins, I think. Which is essentially what 8 pints. But yeah, because I had 2 that were of my own, and I had to, was it 3? I don't know. Yeah, put it this, I was fucking gone. I was fucking fleeing. Yeah. But it was fucking mental, yeah. But yeah, that was my night on Thursday. So that's why there was no bingo on Thursday, because I was getting fucking hammered. But as you can tell, I'm back now. I had some bingo today. Sorry for the late start once again, whatever. I'll make sure I put a timestamp so people can just obviously make sure they know when to start. The bingo starts, not jazz. So good stuff indeed. And yes, Sonic, you're right. Phil is partnered on Kick. Not only is he partnered on Kick, he's begging for views on Kick, because apparently the more views he gets, the better off he'll be financially. So every second he's essentially streaming, he's going to be begging, because he wants that engagement, he wants that money, he wants that, yeah. So yeah, that's the way it works on Kick now for Phil. So yeah, the begging never ends. It's just the way it is. Bizarre. But I'm going to return tomorrow. I do hope everyone's enjoying their Easter so far, Easter little break. I don't have to worry about work tomorrow either. Tomorrow is another day off for me, which is nice, you know what I mean? It's been a really good long weekend, you know? I love having a fucking long weekend. It just feels so much fucking longer. Even an extra day, it feels like a fucking extra 2 days or something. I feel like I've been off for ages. You know? I finished work at the end of Thursday. If Thursday was the last day of work, it feels like that was forever ago. It's fucking great. But yeah, I'll return tomorrow for some more robust bingo antics and all that jazz. I certainly hope you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday, whereas you end up doing. And I'm going to end how I always end these bingo streams. I'm going to end by playing Notorious PIG contributions made by a supremely talented Pixar Animations. Before I go, hold on, before I go, I got reminded to check the member Discord. I remember about that because obviously Sonny told me I would on check the member Discord. Oh my. Right, okay, we're not going yet, So, there's a few things. So, first of all, Sonny thought this pose from Phil was good. And they had to kind of just add this, you know. And then Takazo had some fun of it, and decided, you know what, I can do one better, and did this. Ket is pregnant, please give tips so I can find out who the father is. I thought that was fucking good indeed. Then Takazo had Phil embracing 420 in all its glory. Smoke weed every day. And then things start getting a bit trippy. This is like a Vega territory. I'm annoyed at how smooth this looks. Like, this looks ridiculous. Like, this to me, this comes across like you spent more time on this than you meant to. How does this work so well? Like, this works so good. The thing tries it. Oh my god's sake, this just works so well though. Yeah, I might have to make it as a thumbnail for tomorrow. It's too fucking good. It really is too fucking good. Cameron Dutchman got involved as well. If you've ever seen Inglourious Bastards, you know, you might be aware of this scene here. 4 glasses, you know, and you hold up fucking 4 in the wrong sort of way, yeah. That's how he knows he's not a German. He held up a fucking 4 the wrong way. Brilliant movie, by the way. Fucking, if you've never seen Inglourious Bastards, brilliant fucking movie. And Sonny with a final image here. Seinfeld 4. I imagine it's a Seinfeld reference. I don't remember. I mean, I've watched some of Seinfeld, but I don't recall this particular. I don't get this particular thing. And for this situation, I guess I didn't see this particular episode. So yeah, if it's a Seinfeld reference, then fair enough, but it goes over my head. Seinfeld 4. There we go. But yeah, there we go. So I'm glad I caught this. So thank you very much, also, for reminding me to check my Discord. So there we go. Good stuff indeed. But yeah, I'm going to end things right there. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with some more bingo antics. But until then, guys, I do hope you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money.
Free.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.